Hi cuties, if no one has told you already today, I want you to know that you are important. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Gem. In today's pick a card reading, we are going to be discussing what you need to hear right now. In pick a card readings, you could view them how you like. You could watch the whole video, or you could just watch what catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Also know that every reader reads differently. I tend to read very candidly, so warning, there will be deep messages. Another disclaimer, I love psychology. It tends to come out a lot in my readings, but I am not a psychologist nor a therapist. I am just a tarot friend on YouTube. So before we hop into this video, I wanted to let you guys know I have different ways that you could help out the channel. One way is watching this whole video and just giving it a like. Another is you could check out my DEPOP. Here it is. There's different things that you could do on DEPOP, personal readings, buy a deck, things like that. This helps me purchase new decks for my channel. I also have an Amazon wish list for some desired things, and I have a Cashapp. Know that all donations are extremely appreciated, but not expected. Thank you for just taking the time out of your day to watch this video. So now let's cleanse our minds by taking a deep breath. In today's pick a card reading, we will be discussing what you need to hear right now. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I decided to choose all the same card, which is the Wheel of Fortune card. Basically, this card can either represent a person who is spontaneous in the flow, very flexible, open to change. This person has a faith in the universe and believes in luck, fate, and destiny. This person may also be a gambler and ready to take a few risks and try their luck. So that could represent a person, or it could also just represent good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, or a turning point in your life. So you could choose based on which pile draws to you more, or based on the colors. We have yellow, orange. We also have yellow orange here a bit. So yellow could represent air signs, could represent happiness, could represent sickness, could represent anxiety, could represent a warning sign. Orange could represent energy, action, control. Red, we have red here. This could represent fire signs. This also, the orange could represent a mix of fire signs and air signs. But we have fire here, so this could represent the wands as well. And then we have green here, could represent earth signs, or could also represent abundance, materialism, materialistic finances, things like that. So you could choose based on that. You could also choose based on the thumb stamps or timestamps in the description below. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the reading by starting with pile 1. Hi pile 1, if you chose the Young Witch Tarot deck, this will be your reading on what you need to know right now. So I decided to lay out the I ended up choosing these decks just because I felt called to. This one gives archetypes, possibly how you are acting or how you may be feeling in each pile that I'll choose for your reading, and then we brought out the colors, possibly of how you're feeling, your moods, different things of that. So so basically the way I'm going to lay it out is the middle is going to be the tarot cards. This pile, this line will represent you, your mental health, your self-love for yourself, how you treat yourself, anything about yourself that you need to hear right now. The middle pile will represent your love, represent either your future love, past love, present love, or just something you need to hear right now about love will be the middle. And then lastly will be your finances. So possibly how your career will be in the future, or how your career is right now, or something you need to hear right now about your career, anything like that. Alright, so let's shuffle this deck. Also, when I was shuffling this deck, I saw the Ten of Swords. So if that comes out, I think it was meant for you to see that, but we'll see. Okay, so first one is yourself, anything that to represent yourself, or to something that we need to know about yourself or how you're feeling about yourself right now. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. I don't like that 2 came out, but it's fine. I'll take the 2. I'll just stack them like on top of each other. That's in the middle or on the side. Okay, middle. How pile 1's love life is right now, or something they need to know about their love life. 2, 3, 4 of Cups, and then what their finances are, or something they need to hear about their finances. 1, 2, 3. Knight of Wands. Okay. Alright, so that's with that. I'm going to now... Maybe I could pull one more card. There's gonna be a lot of cards to read. Honestly, that's not that bad. I'll pull another card, just because I feel called to. Okay, pull a card for their... So this kind of like represents their mental state of mind. Now let's pull a card that represents their physical state of mind, or something that they need to know about their physical self. Okay, we got 10 of Cups and King of Wands. Okay, that's fine. I'll pull 2 cards. Was the 10 of Cups? I think the 10 of Cups was over the King. These are both in reverse, I didn't even realize. Okay, now let's pull some of these cards and the story of what they possibly are needing to hear. Maybe I should shuffle. Okay, 1 card for their mental state of mind, or how they're treating themselves, that they need to hear right now. 2, 3. Anxiety. Okay. 1, success. It's funny that I talked about orange and yellow, and those are the 2 colors that you're getting. And there's a lot of orange and yellow and red here. Knight of Wands. So this represents love. This is finances, something to represent the finances, or something they need to hear right now about their finances. 2, 3. Stop. Okay, and it's funny how we have yellow, orange, red. It's like these 2 mix into that. And then the 10 of Cups is represented their physical body, something that they need to know about their physical body, or their health related. Give me the cards. 2, 3. Ghost. Alright, and then archetypes, how they could possibly be feeling, or how they could possibly be acting within each group. I want to ride a biggie. Okay, so we got these cards. These are like incredibly hard to shuffle. I could establish a different way to shuffle these, honestly. It's like they chunk up. Okay, so pull one for our mental health, or how they treating themselves that they need to hear. 2, 3. The Creator. A lot of color. I definitely felt called to use the color one, the color deck. So there definitely could be a lot of color. Color is important in your life. We also got the Warrior X 10. I just saw that one first. I didn't even really ask, but we got the Warrior for your love life. I'm gonna rearrange them. Just give me a second to pull out your cards first. And then the Knight of Wands, job related, how this person could be acting within their job. 2, 3. The Lover. Okay. And then how they could be acting with their physical body, or what they need to know about their physical body right now. 2, 3. The Internal Child. We have a lot of color. A lot of color. And it's also like rainbow. Oh, there's a lot of rainbow. Okay. Let me rearrange your cards and I will then begin your reading. Alright, so we're going to start off with your mental health, something that you need to know about yourself. So we have that here. We have love. Excuse me. We have love. We have finances. We have yourself, your health, physical self. So your mental health, it shows that you could definitely be... Something you need to know about right now is, first, you are a very creative person. I think you have a lot of optimism. You could be always trying to find greatness out of darkness. It's like there could be darkness, there could be nothing, and you're still able to create something. You are the creator. Like, you can create anything from nothing. You could be very creative, very artistic, have very optimism, like, you see greatness from little things. You could see a lot of potential from anything. That could also, honestly, I just thought maybe that could also play a little bit in your love life, but more with your mental health. You could definitely be dealing with a difficult period, though, of your timeline. You could be dealing with just a whole cycle of bad luck currently, where things are piling on and it's stressing you out and could possibly be giving you anxiety about something. You could be bearing a lot of fruit into things that don't give you a lot of reward, and you could be possibly wondering if this is something that you should continue with, if you're not gaining anything from. And this could be a message saying that maybe you need to readjust or realign your where you put all your energy and attention into. That could be with your love, that could be with your finances, that could just be saying like, hey, like, you're putting a lot of effort into something and it's not really giving you much back. Maybe you should realign that to where you're putting all your effort and all your energy into the things that bring you back reward, give you more reward, reciprocate. So that could, like I said, it could be your love, or, your job or something. But don't run away from the things that aren't giving you much fruit. I mean, if you feel that, if it's like in a relationship where you're feeling it's not mutual, then that's something you could walk away from. But if it's like a hobby and something that you want to get paid for, but it's not quite there yet, and it's not, you're not reaping those rewards, maybe put it as a hobby and keep it as a side thing and focus more on your main goal and something that could give you more money and more fruit to bear. But don't lose hope in something that brings you happiness or satisfaction or fulfillment in a different way. It doesn't have to be all about money. So if you do have like a side business or some side career that you feel like you want to do, but you're putting a lot of effort into it, give it some time and maybe put more of your energy onto something that gives you the money. Like if you have a main job or a day job, maybe put a little bit more effort into that. But you don't have to get rid of this side passion. Maybe when you feel like you start reaping those rewards, then you could lose this other thing that isn't bringing you happiness. That could resonate for a few of you. So another thing too, I think mentally you could be dealing with a lot of anxiety, with a lot of stress. Like I said, you could be going through a cycle of bad luck. Maybe things are just not working out to the hope that you wished or hoped it to be. Maybe there's just things piling on top of each other. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Listen, it could be very stressful and frustrating and upsetting, but know that with every cycle there's ups and downs. There will be a point where it will go back up again, especially if you're at rock bottom. The only way here is up. Another thing too, mentally, I think you may be very self-limiting. You could be very I think you may be like a perfectionist, or maybe not a perfectionist, but you could be an overthinker. You could definitely be limiting with your thoughts. You could possibly be like, oh, I'll never be able to do something this great, or I'll never be able to succeed, or I'll never be successful. I'll never be able to do these great things that I want to do. Maybe because other people tell you to, or tell you that you'll never live up to that, or people put their insecurities of self-limiting beliefs onto you, so it's kind of like buried within you. And a great thing to know is if you are determined, if you are dedicated, if you stay confident, and if you stay resilient, you could do anything. And like, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. Don't let anybody else dim your light or tell you that you're not good enough, because it's not the case. You are the creator. I think also you might be starting to realize also how wonderful and how unique and special you are, because honestly, nobody else can come up with these great amazing ideas that you can. No one else can be as this creative and just like, look at all the people around you. Is there anyone that's just like you? No. Like, can they come up with these creative ideas? Can they create something out of nothing? No. Do they know how to do the things you know how to do? No. I mean, some of them might know little things, but there's so much more to you that meets the eye. There's so much more that you could bring to the table than somebody else. You are very creative and have an inner childness to your creativity. Like, you think out the box. You think of just like the most imaginary things that like most people lose as they mature, and I feel like you will always have that with you. So I think you could also be starting to realize how special you are, and starting to maybe see yourself, and like starting to realize and starting to be like, hey, like, actually I'm a catch. I'm like honestly amazing, and I should start treating myself more that I am amazing. So maybe you're starting to like see that more, and you're starting to release those limiting beliefs and being like, hey, I could literally do anything I want. But you could also be somebody who is very restricting and overthinking, and also feeling like you won't be able to do anything more than this small amount of money, maybe. Maybe you're just making a little amount of money on your side hustle or your side job or something that you want to do in the future, and maybe you haven't been putting a lot of time into it because maybe you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm not going to be able to reap rewards, I'm not going to be able to do anything, I'm not good enough to be this. Just stick with it. You know, if you need to put your more attention into your day job, do it, but don't give up. Keep pushing. There might not be anyone in your life that's telling you that, but keep pushing, keep going, stay determined. If you need somebody to talk about, you know, what you're stressing out about or anything, I'm here. Tell me the tea, sis. I will help you through it. You got it. Go for it. Go. Get it. Get that bag. You got it. And possibly start telling yourself that. Start being the one. If there's no one else out there telling you that you're good enough or that you can do it, start telling yourself that. Talk to yourself in the mirror more positively. Tell yourself more positive things. Think more positively. Try to change the way you think. If you think of a self-limiting belief, be like, wait, and actually say it out loud. Talk to yourself like you're your best friend. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself. Be like, wait, no. Actually, that thought that I just had saying that I'm not good enough is actually not true. And I can do anything I want. And literally say that to yourself. Trust me, the more you do it, every time you think of something negative, you know, balance it out with something positive. Say something positive. Okay. I think that's all I have for that. We're going to move on to the loved one, but I first want to pull a couple charms and roll the dice for each one before we move on. Okay, so so we have a planet, we have a sign, and we have the house. So I'm doing this based off of your chart. Maybe you could have your chart at hand or look at it after. But this could be a part of your chart that might be significant for your mental health and something that we could be talking about that you could look a little bit more into. So we have, I'm not sure what planet that is, but we have Taurus in the 7th house. What planet is that? Give me one moment. I'm going to look. Oh, that's Saturn. Do I not have a Saturn in my chart? I do. Okay. So you could have... That's crazy. I know I'm not supposed to be putting myself in this reading, but I actually have a Taurus Saturn in the 7th house. Okay. Anyways, this is supposed to be representing you, so just ignore that. I don't know why that was... Okay. But this is, this may play a part with you that might be significant in this section. We're also going to pull some charms. Okay, and then, alright, some words, let's see what that says. So we got me, so me overthinking, could be you I almost just said it again, overthinking, having anxiety. You could be an Aries, you could also be a Cancer. We have cry. Maybe you recently just cried with anxiety over something. Cupid. Maybe Cupid shot an arrow. Maybe you recently had anxiety or cried over an Aries, someone that brought you a lot of pain or anxiety, or maybe they made you feel like you were never good enough, but maybe you're overcoming that and learning to love yourself and appreciate yourself more. We have another Aries thing here. You could be talking to an Aries, or there could just be someone that's an Aries in your life that maybe you're putting a lot of energy into, or a fire sign that you're putting a lot of energy into, and there's like no fruit that's being bared. Could also just be saying like maybe you need to put more work into something else. You need to put that action, that passion of a fire sign into something that will bring more fruit. We have a sun in Aries. You could be a sun in Aries. Someone else could be a sun in Aries. It could also be someone that has a name Y, or that starts with a Y, or it could also just be, you could be asking yourself why aren't you having fruitation? Like, you're like, why isn't this bringing me fruit? Or fruit to bear, or abundance? Why is this taking so long? We got fox. Maybe somebody thinks you're foxy. Also fox. Let's look what it says in the book. I want to come to it. Maybe. Okay. So the fox is smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting teacher with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business. They also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners. They are committed to the relationship for a long term, and their natural charisma keeps their things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect those you love. Foxes do not play well when they slip away. When in balance, they're magical, ingenious teachers, monogamous. When they're out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership and connection. So, monogamous. Is that monogamous means... Okay, so that means being committed to one person, and then when they're out of balance, they could be wanting to look at others. So maybe they are finally releasing those self-limiting beliefs and understanding that you don't need validation from the opposite gender. Maybe that's something that this person struggled with, or with the same gender. Another thing I was getting, you could possibly be gay, or you could be LGBTQ. So that could be a thing. But maybe you seeked validation from your interests, the party that you were interested in. And maybe you realize that that's not, who cares what they think, honestly. As long as you're confident and love yourself, you will find the right one. You don't need to change the way you act, or change what you wear, or dress a certain way to attract people. If it was meant to be, they're going to love you and find you interesting either way. Okay, we also have a cross here. Maybe this person had self-limiting beliefs with their religion, or conservatism. Maybe they were very conservative, or just some sort of limiting beliefs in that way. Maybe they had family that were this way, and they didn't allow them to be who they were. So that could be something they struggled with. We also have M. Maybe there's somebody who's an M. That is a Cancer that fits really well with them. Okay, I'm gonna leave those there. Let's move on to your love. Alright, so with your love life, I do find you to be a person of fight. Like, they definitely are looking and would be committed to fight for the right one, to fight for this relationship, to fight for the connection. I think they also could be a competitive force. So that could be when seeking out a partner. Could also be within a partnership as well. I think you are also a person who is quite patient, or they're waiting for the right one. They could also be turning down opportunities or relationships like left and right. They could be saying like, oh no thank you, or like constantly turning down opportunities because maybe they just like judge right off the bat and be like, oh, this isn't the one, and or have a very high standard, or very critical of what they want in a partner. And or you could be currently in a relationship where you're needing time for yourself. But for the people who aren't in a relationship, maybe you need to loosen up that grip a little bit and see people for who they are, or give people more chances, or give more of a chance to people. I'm not saying to allow yourself to be disrespected or mistreated just for the sake of being in a relationship. Respect yourself. But maybe try to give the people you wouldn't give a chance an opportunity. And, just try it out. You never know. Also, maybe you're like a lone survivor or like lone rider. You tend to do things alone. If that's the case, maybe you need to figure out why is it that the case. And also maybe start giving more people opportunities to possibly be vulnerable with them and give them the chance, or talk to them, try to let other people in. Don't keep a wall up, don't isolate yourself. Try to let others in and figure out why is it so difficult to let others in. There could be something there. Also, just with like the warrior, I could read the description for you. So it says, the samurai, the soldier, the advocate, basically just someone who stands precariously at the edge of life or death. And it's funny that we have edge here, so standing on the edge of life or death. So you could definitely be this no fruit to bear could be representing your love life, and maybe that's like the connection there. So maybe there's no fruit to bear because of the rejection, or rejecting people, or just turning down opportunities left and right when it comes to love. And maybe you're putting more effort into something else or a certain person that isn't even willing to be in a relationship. And you're not really like ready to be in a relationship either, but that could also be something you tell yourself because this person's not ready to be in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship. So I would know that if they were really committed and really wanted you and really saw you as the perfect partner, they would be ready to commit right away. So keep that in mind. You could also possibly be having a little bit anxiety or wanting to stop. Because, like, we have yellow and red, and, like, in the mix of that is orange. So I think if maybe you find balance with, your anxiety and wanting to chase after what it is that you want, versus also finding keep controlling yourself and knowing when to stop, I think you will be very successful when it comes to love. So, try to, figure out what criterias are necessary and what things that you need to know or need. Also know that your partner isn't someone you control. They are their own human being. They're going to have icks. They're going to have things that you don't like. And it's up to you to determine whether they are something that you should break up over, or if they are, something drastic that you can't live with. decipher which ones are green flags, which ones are red flags. Yeah, with the warrior, the thing that I was saying about the warrior when it comes to love, you could also possibly be someone who's very competitive or always likes to compete in a relationship, and know that relationships aren't competition. They are a partnership. You should be working together. You don't have to fight constantly to be right. You don't have to fight constantly to show that you're macho, that you're better than your partner. You guys are supposed to work together, and it should be a fairness, equal partnership. You should show each other that you respect each other and that you're not, here to fight them or compete with them. You guys should be working together. Yeah, I think that's honestly all I have for these 3 cards. It also says when in light, they could be fierce. They could have fierce clarity. They could have purposeful action. They could take action. They chase their dreams. Resolution and resilience. They stay dedicated. So I think they could be very loyal and dedicated when it comes to a partnership or relationship. When they're in dark, they could be threatening. They could threaten people. They could be very savage. They could abandon the mission. And they could have misaligned values. So maybe that's something that they need to keep an eye on. All right, let's roll the dice for this one. All right, so what sign or what placements could they possibly have for their love? So in their first house, they could have a Venus. I think that's a Venus. In Leo. So their first house, they could have no, it's not a Venus. I think that's a Mars. In their first house, they could have a Mars in Leo. Yeah. Okay, so oh God, why do I have the hiccups? What happened? Now let's pull some charms and some letters. Okay. You have a lot of M's or W's. You could definitely have an initial of M. Well, we had another one fly over to the last chapter we just talked about. So let's see what this says. Oh, I didn't even talk about the airplane. Groan. Maybe you're in pain or hurting from something, and it's caused you a transformation. Because we have the butterfly. This makes me or reminds me of a butterfly in a cocoon, and they transform into this beautiful butterfly. So like some sort of growth. Maybe it's painful growth. Maybe this person is afraid to be in a relationship, and maybe that's why they reject constantly, because maybe they've seen from past relationships or just like observe from their friends' relationships, and they're like, I'm so glad that I'm single, that I don't have to be worrying about someone cheating on me. And you'll never be able to learn and grow and notice the red flags or learn anything if you don't take the opportunity. So pain is growth. Obviously, like, if you can avoid the pain and possibly see it within the future, it'd be good, but don't limit yourself and restrict your life out of opportunities that could be possibly potentially something good. We also have an airplane here. You could possibly be going on a travel or be traveling, or there could have been you could have went on a travel where you found someone foxy, or they thought you were foxy, or someone else or you had the fox tendencies on a little trip you took. You also have BL. I don't know why this reminded me. You could be black, like your ethnicity, or your race, like your race could be black. Because we also have everyone here is quite dark skin and dark hair. You could have dark hair. And then it says friendship. There could be possibly a friendship that you're having right now that could possibly turn into a love life. IX. This makes me think of 9, the number 9, because I think it's like the I before the X is 9, and then X is 10, and then I after is 11. So I think that's 9. And then we have 16 here. You could be 16 years old, or during 16 you found success in love, or just 16, the number is important. We have exclude, maybe exclusive, becoming exclusive. Exclude, maybe you're excluding certain people because of your prejudice, or you're just like excluding certain things because you're like, nope. Maybe you're staying closed-minded because of them. We also have like a skull and a death. This reminds me of like poison or toxic. Maybe there are some toxicities that you might have that you need to work out when it comes to love. So maybe you're a toxic person when it comes to love. Maybe you verbally you don't lift your partner up. Maybe you say some negative things, or you push your insecurities onto them. Or it could just be judgmental of your partner, or very competition. There's a lot of competition when it comes to your partner. So those could be some things to watch out for that you might need to work out. We also have a heart here over success. You will find love. You'll find success in your love life. We also have M here. Could definitely be someone with an M initial. Gullible. They could be quite gullible and believe every word you say. They could be very like sweet. We also have bodybuilder. They could be a bodybuilder, or they could really care about going to the gym. And we also have the Cupid's bow. They could have been shot, since it's also pointing in their direction. They could have been shot with the Cupid's bow, and like they automatically fell in love with you, like right from the beginning. Okay, so let's move on to the financial or finances, something you need to know about your finances. Okay, so for the finances, you could definitely be somebody who is who romanticizes everything, appreciates the little things in life, really looks at anything and can really appreciate and love it deeply, very emotional, has strong feelings and love and care for the people and the things around them. Trying to find appreciation for everything in their life, even the littlest things. So that could be representing you in finances. Maybe you're somebody who's always looking to have new opportunities or possibilities, or maybe very grateful. You could be a very grateful person for the opportunities you're given when it comes to work. You could be very grateful for where you are in life in your financial career right now. Maybe you're given a nice job and someone is teaching you a lot of things and giving you a lot of experience, or just different things that you could benefit from. So another part of me is getting, since it's in reverse though, there could be a lack of that. So that could be, maybe you're not appreciating those things. I don't think that's the case though. It could also just be that you're obsessing, maybe you're overindulging in that. You're indulging in something, maybe your career, maybe you're overindulging in your work career, maybe you're overdoing, you're putting a lot of energy into this dream you have. into this creative dream that you want to, be in your future, and you're taking a lot of action, moving very fast thinking, moving quickly with it, and this could be a message to maybe stop, take a break, step out for a sec, stop and reflect, collect your thoughts, or maybe even just take a break. It's also a good time to think about what stopping might mean to you. Is it a forever stop? Is it a pause? Is it a time to move forward? Or is it simply just a change in direction? So I think you need to think a little bit more about your career path and where is it that you want to put all your time and effort. Maybe there's something, your main career path has maybe been put on the hold. Maybe you need to do more things for that and bring more creativity and light to those things, and step back from this other thing first, this possibly creative side hustle. Another thing, Knight of Wands, you could be acting very impulsively or obsessing over this career path or path that you want to take, and maybe it's not giving you much for it. I think maybe you should set restrictions, set limitations, or just boundaries with everything, possibly with your finances. Set time, being like, hey, I'm only going to do this for 3 hours today, and then do something else for this day. That maybe is putting more effort into the other thing that's actually giving you fruit to bear, or abundance, something that's actually giving you, wealth or something. It's giving you something back. So that could be something to pay attention to. Let's talk more about the Lover. I think I should just read the description that it's given because it's such a beautiful, well-written description. There's no other way to put it. So the Lover is the heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the Lover is gratitude. The Lover appreciates and he experiences the world through the sense, revealing in beauty, song, art, music, and scent and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, a kiss of a lover, or speaking gentle words to a child. The Lover lingers in a foreplay, aroused not by getting there, but by the slow emerge of self and the others. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the Lover is in awe of what the world presents, revealing in the glorious detail, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. Very appreciative, very grateful for the opportunities that they've been given, the opportunity that they have, for the chance to be more of a creator. When in light, they could be connected, expanded, devoted, in awe, and when in dark, in reverse, indulged, attached, obsessed. So definitely need to reestablish boundaries with a possible creative job. Set more boundaries with it. It also says the Lover archetype represents everywhere, not just where conventional forms of pleasure but beauty are found. The Lover's awe is unconditional. And we also have, when you hold someone's gaze for several moments, you feel the Lover within you awaken. It is common to seek the Lover in another. The true gift is finding the Lover in yourself. Okay. You could also be acting very impulsively when it comes to this career as well. Maybe you're doing very hasty decisions or putting a lot of time and effort into that, rather than something else you need to be putting time and effort into that will actually bear fruit. I know I said that like at least 3 times, but I feel like it's... Oh, I didn't even read the right... Crap. Give me a second. I didn't even read the right one. Okay, so Knight of Wands, energy, passion, inspired action, adventure, and impulsiveness. Yeah, so I knew impulsiveness could definitely be a thing. I think they're very passionate. They're very passionate to this career path. They could be very inspired, taking a lot of action, but maybe you need to take a stop and a break now, just so you don't overdo it to the point where you feel like you don't want to finish it anymore. You don't want it to be to where you get tired of it. Set more boundaries with this career path. Try to take time into other things. Don't put all your time into this thing, because you will get tired of it and you will end up never returning to it. Set more time into other things so you keep staying motivated and wanting to continue this passion. All right, I think that's all I could really say. I kind of repeated myself a couple times, but you get the point. Let's now pull your dice. See if there's a certain thing. So we have 9th house, Aquarius. Let's see what planet that is. What the frick is this? What planet is that? What planet are you on? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never learned what this one is. Keptu? I don't know what this is. So if you know anything about this, please let me know in the description down below, or a comment section. But we have 9th house Aquarius. That could be significant in this pile. We also have Keptu. I'm going to look it up real quick. So it's a mythology planet. It's descending lunar node in Vedic. It's according to Hinduism. Keptu generally refers to a shadow planet. It believed to be a tremendous impact on human lives, also the whole creation. Keptu is often depicted with a gem or a star on his head, signifying a mystery light. So Keptu rules the Scorpio zodiac sign together with Magdala. It also denotes the points of intersection of the path of the sun and the moon as they move on the celestial sphere. Yeah, that's all I really have about that person or that planet, or mythical being, mythology being. I don't know how to speak. You get what I'm saying. If you know anything about that, please comment down below. I would love to hear it. Let's now pull some charms for my beautiful pile 1 relating to their career. Ooh, petties. We got a lot of words, letters, I mean. We didn't get really any charms. Oh, we got one charm though. And it was the Paris. Okay. So these could be initials. We got TF. FaceTime. Maybe there's someone you need to FaceTime who's a fire sign. We also, that could be initials as well, like FT. We have M, we have BLM. I just thought of Black Lives Matter. So that could be significant. We also have BLB. That could be something also significant. So these could just be initials. With the Paris, I was also kind of getting, maybe for very, very few of you, intuitively, I was getting there could be a person in your financial, or maybe at your job or in your job related, that is a fire sign that you could be romanticizing or obsessing over. And this is saying to stop it, stop doing that. They're not, as amazing as you see them to be. They may look pretty or they may be cute, but they aren't, a magical being. They're also human. They also make mistakes. They also mess up. And if you get into a relationship, know that there will be red flags, because everybody has red flags. They're not perfect. Okay, so just to keep yourself from putting people on pedestals. Babies, there could be some sort of babies. Feather, air sign, I'm thinking. Babies and feather. I just thought of like a pillow. Economy. Maybe the economy is down. Maybe there needs to be more babies. Camel could be significant. I'll read what the camel says too. Let's see what that says. We got bastard. Maybe that person is actually like an A1 asshole, and you don't even see it because you're blinded by romanticizing them. You could also be jealous of them as well. Envy. You could also be jealous of someone who went to Paris. Familiar. Maybe this is a familiar feeling. Envy, Paris. Maybe someone went to Paris, or maybe you're envying someone who went to Paris, or you're envying the trip, or you're envying something familiar. Something related with that. What was I also gonna do? Oh, I was gonna look up the camel. Let's see what the camel says. I know that one's like a fire sign. So this could just be representing the person that's a camel. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything. Oh, I forgot to say the good things about, well, actually, no, I did. Very, knows oneself. Wait. I'll read the description as well. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or fear. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, being responsible for one's own reaction. The camel is a wonderful traveler and especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lack of validity, bringing to balance a pilgrimage. So you could definitely have a significant 33 could be significant to you, or number 10 could be significant. But 33 came up twice, and I also saw it at the timestamp, so that could definitely be significant. What else did I wanted to show? I also wanted to read the description of the Knight of Wands. So this person could definitely be very swift in action, turns your ideas into something real. They have great energy behind them, behind you. You channel productively, pushing your project through, persistent, to take the challenge, ready to do it. More ambitious than usual, aiming to impress. You could be aiming to impress your superiors or to achieve high levels of performance. This may be good to ask for a raise or a bonus. This is someone who's action-oriented, ambitious, courageous. They could be have a welcoming appearance, particular to when needing to get something to be done. They could also be quite stubborn and being like, oh, I wanted this to be done yesterday. They could also be encouraging to take quick action, do everything to find the right job. There's no time to sit back or wait for the right opportunity. They could be constantly seeking new opportunities. Also, they could be in the highest peak of progression currently, and they have enough experience behind them, even if but you have not been in the industry long enough to lose your passion, so it is best to keep at it and show others you are serious about your career. You may be suited to a competitive or achieve more achievement-oriented environment focused on high performance. This could also represent you are aggressively seeking out new opportunities to improve your finances. However, be mindful of your impulsiveness or haste decisions. So, yeah. Okay, now on to your physical self. It's actually quite funny how the eternal child in the description literally talks about a physical body. But okay, so this section is we are going to be talking about your health or physical well-being, something that you need to know about that. So the description of the internal child is the inner child, the child of joy. You could be definitely someone who could be needing to know that there is still a child there within you, no matter the age, no matter how old you are. I know physically it could be relentless, and you age and there's limitations physically when you get older, but it doesn't mean that there's still not one there with you. So, and it doesn't mean that just because you're old or older doesn't mean that you have to lose that childish or child joy. Especially when it comes to having to be more responsible or, becoming more stressed out or in charge of different things. Know that you can still find happiness and a childlike joy in anything. I also think that this person could be needing to be a little bit more childish, meaning to experience more childful joy, maybe go out and do more things physically that are joyful, that bring joy to your life physically, like going bike riding, doing childish things that a child would do. Maybe this person didn't really have that great of a childhood because maybe they had to grow up very fast, so they're always worrying about having to act their age or being judged or whatever. Who cares? You could act like a child for the rest of your goddamn life. Do what you want to do. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. So also with your health, we have the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So with those two descriptions, the 10 of Cups basically says, the 10 of Cups indicates that your health is likely to be very strong. You can enjoy quality time with your family. The more love and happiness you experience in the life, the more your health will benefit. Maybe you are enjoying a lot of family time right now physically, or wanting to enjoy, life with your family, or maybe you're starting a family physically. Maybe you're birthing a child, literally having a child within you. We could also just be like showing that you are still young, you are still bountiful. Even if you are older or at an older age, you still are physically young. You still have a great health. You're taking care of yourself. You're doing better for yourself. You're doing possibly working out or eating healthier, or eating better for yourself so you could be physically long lasting. And you could just be like spending more time with the people who matter to you most, and doing childish things with them, frolicking in the field with, or even if you have a child, you're becoming the child with them also. You're enjoying life, and you may have a child with you and you just treat them like you're your best friend. You enjoy the time you spend with them. Or if you have a younger sister or younger brother, it's like you become their age and you invoke that inner child. With the King of Wands, so in this health reading, it could also suggest that you may be prone to injury, oh my god, during high intensity activities such as sprains, falls when exercising. That said, the King of Wands encourages you to remain active and exercise regularly to maintain energy, your high energy levels. So this could be somebody who enjoys to exercise. You could be somebody who enjoys exercising, eating well, eating better, or just exercising helps you control your anxiety, so you do it constantly to like channel that energy so it doesn't become anything aggressive or anxiety inducing. So that's a great thing to help, but maybe you go a little bit too hard to the point where it causes injury. Oh my god, I literally can't speak. I don't know what's happening. You could be prone to injury a lot, so maybe it's like, so it keeps you out on the sidelines for a bit when you're injured. So maybe you need to possibly not go so hard at the gym, or maybe you need to be more aware, more cautious for how fragile maybe your whatever it is that you're working out that's causing you issues. Also, maybe you could be clumsy or fall over a lot, or just like fall down very easily, and maybe that's something that needs to be helped out. Maybe you need to find more balance, wear certain shoes, or help yourself, maybe be more aware of your surroundings so you don't trip over something or fall down something. Take care of your body, your physical body. Not only does your mental health literally mean the world, your physical health also means a lot. Ghost, the fact that it's in reverse is like, I think you're physically there in your life. It's not like this is like a message saying you're not like Jesus Christ, I can't speak. It's not like you are autopiloting your life. You are physically there in your life, living through your life, experiencing your life, appreciating your life, living through everything, wanting to live through more experiences. You are physically there, mentally and physically there. And it's just like saying, like, you're not ghosting the situation. Even if you may feel like you are, maybe it's because you've been isolating yourself from people a bit and you're ghosting, but it's for the better of your health. You're doing this to stick back to routine and put yourself first a bit, but, find balance with spending time with your friends or family versus putting your health, don't put your health aside just to spend time with people. Like, find a balance. You could be physically there, you'll be physically there, but sometimes it's okay to say no to going out to things, to put your health first. Okay, let's roll the dice. So we have Sagittarius in the 11th house with Mercury. So you could have a Sagittarius in Mercury with the 11th house. That could be significant for your physical health. Alright. Maybe you should look up your chart. I have CoStar. You should definitely, or just get something similar, and it'll tell you what each one means, or what, maybe it's something you need to look and check out. Alright, let's look at the charms and words. Okay, so we got NU. This makes me think of the word new. Like new body, new. We got a lot of words too. This makes me think of bull. It also makes me think of like a cow horn, or what are those things where you could have a piercing that's like through your nose. What are they called? Bull frick. bull piercing, you know, the one that's like goes through the nose and it looks like one of those door handles where you like grab it and you go bang bang on the door. You understand what I'm saying. We also have a rose. Maybe you recently just cut roses and prickled your hand. We also have silk cord. Maybe you're covering yourself in silk fabric, taking care of your physical self. We also have boat. Maybe you recently been on a boat physically. We also have ethanol, and we have music. Maybe you recently just used ethanol. That reminds me of, I think that's what gas is. Maybe you needed. Maybe you just recently physically filled up your car with gas, and there was maybe like music playing, and maybe you kind of went on autopilot when you were doing it, or thinking about something deep. We have falling. Maybe you fell down and hurt yourself. Bull, like I said, yeah, bull. You could be a Taurus, definitely. Bull could also just be like, maybe you're dealing with issues, like bullshit, like you're dealing with issues with a Taurus. Armenia, maybe you recently just went to Armenia to visit family, or visit somebody's family within your family. That was difficult to understand. UN could be significant. Maybe I just thought of like maybe United Nations, United Union. Could be initials, somebody's name. Hallowing. Somebody's dog could be howling right now, or barking. Bottomless. I just thought of bottomless mimosas. Maybe someone's drinking. Frat. Maybe you drank a lot at a frat, and that was like you being your inner child and having fun and, you know, enjoying life and appreciating, and, you know, you were living the life, having a good time. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 1, for staying to the very end. I hope you found some messages that resonated with you. I apologize for me, like, stuttering left and right. You could also possibly be somebody that stutters, but, yeah, I apologize. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you found some messages that resonated. Maybe leave a like or a comment of, like, a swan or something. Let me know how I did. I would love the feedback. And I'll see you in one of my next readings. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Pile 2s. If you chose the White Newman Tarot deck with this card, Wheel of Fortune, this will be your reading on what you need to hear right now. So I chose 4 different categories of what you may need to hear right now. First, we have mental health, or loving yourself, anything that you have to hear when it comes to terms of your mental health. Then we have your love, or your love life, or anything you need to hear about love. Then we have your finances, anything you need to hear about your finances. And then lastly, we have your health, your physical being, your physical body, anything you need to hear about that. So I'm going to lay out these cards for you. Try to arrange them in a way that's best way that I can. I'm going to do this off camera and then come back with your reading. Alright, so I'm back. We are going to start off with your mental health, or your self-love, or how you speak to yourself. Anything that has to do with your mental, anything that you need to know about your psyche, or need to know right now. So yeah, we're gonna start there with let's talk about the signs we have here. We have Aquarius, we have air, and we have a lot of, not a lot of, but we have a main one, specifically Aquarius, but we also have water signs here. So you could be one of those things. Doesn't have to be. This could also just talk about how you deal with these subjects. Could be very emotional, or how you deal with love or emotion. Air associates with conflict or communication. And then star, you may have a Aquarius placement somewhere that may be significant. So anyways, with Venom, your mental health, I think you are quite a person that has a lot of divine love, blissful relationships, harmony, and alignment. I think you're a very sweet, kind, gentle person. Your personality could be very highly optimistic, confident, happy, content. They're very solid with their family values and will do whatever they can to create and keep harmonious relationships in their lives. They also value people more than they value material possessions or success at work, for example. They are true to their word, genuine, authentic, and display a high level of integration, high level of integration. So I definitely think you are a person that cares about your family, very always trying to help out your family. Your family is very important to you. You could have a very healthy family life. I'm kind of getting, though, there could be somebody in your life that may be toxic or poison, that is the venom, that it could be draining your life source. So that could be a family member. It could be someone who you see at family events or family occasions or anything like that, that you may need to set better boundaries with. They could be mentally draining or very critical of you, or judgmental, or just like always trying to shine down on your parade. So that might mean that there needs to be some readjustment there. Also with the Ten of Cups is a really good sign, actually. Really good card. Spiritually, you could be someone who's quite spiritual, or just someone who's been through a significant change. We had the Star and the Ten of Cups. You could have been through a significant change, a turning point, a great turning point in your life that has left you feeling more joyful, more blessed, more grateful for everything that you have. It could have been something drastic or very discerning that has caused you to have a better outlook on life and really start to appreciate life for what it is. Maybe your eye has opened. So that is with that. Spiritually, you could be very in touch with your inner being. You're very clear on your personal values and content with who you are inside. You radiate energy of abundance and happiness. People love to be around you because you are filled with divine love. You're very patient, maybe very optimistic. You're always trying to, positively reinforce and validate your friends and family to push them to greater things. And you freely share it. You bring out the best in everyone. Also, you have a strong family, or you have strong family values instilled in your early life, and now it's helping you create a meaningful lifestyle or fulfilling lifestyle. You could also be part of a spiritual group or some sort of group that you share similar values. So maybe your friends are also quite spiritual, or maybe you guys do tarot card readings together, or maybe you guys just are very spiritually connected in some way. Yeah, I'm thinking also with like your family, maybe you have a great family dynamic, or maybe you have a big family, or there's family always there. Maybe your family is like your best friend, so they're always like, you don't even like need friends. Even if you do have friends and you have a lot of friends, it's like your family is like your best friend. So definitely getting that. And then I think there could definitely be someone, though, that could be a part of that connection, your family connection, that could be venomous. Maybe it's like a stepmother or some sort of like person that isn't quite in the family, but like kind of like they just got into it. Maybe they weren't there from the very beginning, but now you started to notice that they've became quite venomous or poisoning. And whatever it is that might be mentally draining on you, if there is something that you want to do, or have been asking yourself if you should do, and you're asking for maybe validation or support from your family, and maybe you're not getting the great or the exact support that you've been asking for, and maybe this person is shining down on your parade, like telling you not to do it, or maybe saying that you're not good enough in some way. The energy in the movement card here is surely saying to go for it. Like, definitely go after what it is that you want to do. Give me one moment. I apologize. I just had to fix something real quick. It was falling. But, yeah, so whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, or you want to chase after, or you're like hoping to become in the future, or something that you've been thinking a lot lately, and maybe you're afraid to share because you're afraid that someone's gonna, tell you that you can't do it because they've been telling you that you can't do it for a while now. Maybe don't share it with them, because the reason why they aren't at this wonderful place, the reason why they stay in this, 9-to-5 job, or they stay at the reason why they're not happy with their life is because they have self-limiting beliefs. Is because they don't chase after the dreams that they wanted to. And they're just pushing that onto you. They see that you have these great, wonderful dreams that you may want to chase after, and they are jealous. They could be jealous. We have a lot of green here. Green could represent envy or jealousy. So there could definitely be some sort of jealousy around from a specific person that could be raining down on your parade. And they could be jealous that you get to have the opportunity that maybe they didn't, or that they shut down. And don't let them get to you. The reason why you don't share great-minded ideas to closed-minded people is because they'll just shut it down. Go after your dreams and, stick with it. It looks like you have the energy to do it. I think you're going to go full force. The momentum is coming. The momentum to go is coming. Go after it. Don't limit yourself. Seriously, chase it. Go after it. It could be a job, possibly, or job opportunity, or some sort of career, some sort of financial investment, or something that could be coming. It could also be, I don't get any traveling, but for some reason I just thought of traveling away. But I think, because this kind of reminds me of like flight, but yeah, I would go for it. Anyways, I'm going to now, I want to talk about the energy card. So the moment card could represent the heart chakra also, so love, having strengthening your heart chakra, or having a great heart. So I definitely think you have a very nice heart, and I think you share that a lot of the time with your friends or your family. We also have, with the color green, abundance, finances, could also represent earth signs. So you could also be an earth sign, or somebody, or maybe this venomous person is an earth sign. I specifically thought of Virgo because I feel like Virgos tend to be very judgmental. But that could just be, me being judgmental of Virgos. I don't know a ton of them, but that could be the case. And then energy here is like, this is supposed to be orange. I know on camera it looks red, but it's orange. And orange could represent having more energy, more momentum, more movement, wanting to go after that dream, having the energy to do that. It's like a mix of red and yellow, and those two colors will brings the orange, and it's like yellow is like, can give you anxiety and like rush, and then red is like passion, fiery passion, like, and you put those together and it's like action, you know? So yeah, that is with that. We're gonna now pull some charms, or actually I'm gonna pull this real quick. Roll some dice. Let's see what specifically. I want to know, actually, I'm going to roll a sign that might be specific to the venom. Okay, so we have, I think this is Neptune. So they could be a Scorpio in Neptune in the 5th house. That could be significant to them. That could also be significant to you. I want to just roll over the venom and see what sign that they could be, or whoever is, oh, that fell. They could be an Aquarius. That's very judgmental. Or they could be a Scorpio. But yeah, Aquarius. So that could be significant. And then let's pull some charms over here. Maybe they're going to be calling you. They could have an M or W initial. They could have a W initial. Oh my god. Initial. We have a key here. We have a, oh wait, let me pull. Why do I always forget to pull the freaking messages? We also kept getting 5, so 5 could be significant. I think that's some sort of another turning point, and that could be possibly with friendships or whoever this person is. Maybe you need to set better boundaries with toxic people. We got exit. Maybe you need to leave this friendship or whoever this is, or maybe not allow them. You could love somebody from a distance. They don't have to be in your life. I'm not saying to hold a grudge, because I know it also talked about maybe this person is a person to hold a grudge, or you could be a person that holds a grudge. But you could forgive somebody and love somebody, but if they continue to cross your boundaries after you tried to reestablish them and communicate your boundaries respectfully, and they don't want to, they could quickly exit your life. We have currency. There could be some sort of money influence, or they could be jealous of your wealth or money. We got flick, maybe watching a movie with your family, or maybe you recently watched a movie with your friends. Hitch. It could be like a hitchhiker movie maybe you recently saw. We got MUS, maybe those are your friends' names. We also have excavate, maybe needing to excavate a location, or digging up something. I just thought of, like, digging up maybe you guys planted something, like a time capsule, or maybe you guys did, some friends thing, like hitchhiked all together and like dug up a time capsule or something. We got a bird here, like a dove. Maybe you guys have like tattoos. I just thought of, like, doves like that. Let me show it to you. I feel like I've seen a lot of tattoos that are like this on people's, like, ankles. So that could be something. We also have a similar thing here, so it's kind of interesting. Maybe, like, that's just a symbol for you that's, like, finding peace in life. We got I know we didn't talk about this. I'm just going to leave this charm here. This is for the next section because it landed on it. We have a rubber ducky. Maybe this person entered your life around a young age, like when you were a kid. So maybe the reason why it's difficult to exit the situation is because they've always been there. But I think they judged you for a long time now. We also have a key. Maybe it's like locking that door away, like locking them out. I just thought of also, this is like a sombrero with a skeleton. They could be some sort of Spanish. They're race. They could be like maybe some sort of Spanish. They could also possibly celebrate Santa Muerte, or they could also just the Day of the Dead, or Cinco de Mayo they could celebrate. I also thought of maybe they play the guitar, and maybe they wear a sombrero. Also, we have a butterfly here. Maybe they will be going through some sort of transformation as well, but it doesn't matter if they do or not. All that, like, it'd be good if they do. Hopefully they do and they become a better person from it. But it's not your responsibility to, or you're not authorized or held accountable or responsible for their decisions or actions. If the way that they treat you, you don't give them a pass, and shouldn't give them a pass if they continue to disrespect you, even if they do go through a transformation or not. We got a unicorn here. Obviously communicate and set your boundaries and talk about what it is that's bothering you. We also have like a baby carriage. Maybe your decision is to have a child with your family and people are being negative about it, or you're afraid to talk about it. Maybe there's also, you got to give people a call somebody about it. Maybe you have to call somebody about your baby or giving birth to someone. Maybe your family doesn't know that you're pregnant. That could be for a very small few of you. Please don't think that you might be pregnant if you're not. Know for sure. I think this is for people who know for sure. Unicorn, this could just be feeling like magical, and maybe you feel like it's a fairy tale, so you're afraid to do it. Just go after it. We have P here. P could represent maybe your last name or initial. Could also represent somebody who could be offering you a job. We had hat. Maybe this person wears a hat, or maybe you found them on the beach, or maybe you go to the beach with this person. Georgia, maybe you wanted to go to Georgia, and the opportunity is in Georgia. We also have contradiction or contradicting. Maybe someone is contradicting and constantly contradicting themselves. Like, they'll be judgmental and unsupportive to you, but then they expect you to be supportive and unjudgmental to them. Facial, they could be somebody who has gotten a facial in Austria. They could also be from Austria. Their initial could start with a P. They could also have some anger, I'm getting a little bit, because it's red on camera. There could be some anger that they hold. All right, let's go move on to your love life, the vessel, the prayer, the Nine of Swords, and the peace. Let's talk about that. All right, so for your love section, there's a lot to be said. So, for some of you, also I wanted to mention, the venom doesn't have to be someone else. This could be your deepest thoughts, your subconscious, your shadow self, that's making it quite difficult for you. Maybe it's quite negative thoughts or very deep negative, just bad thoughts that may pop up in your head sometimes that restrict you or be limiting, that possibly needs to exit the conversation. So yeah, that could be something. One way by doing that could be talking to yourself in the mirror and giving you more positive validation or reaffirmation, and start, whenever you think of a negative thought or have a negative thought, remind yourself or tell yourself no. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, no, that thought is not allowed in this circle, in this boundary. It must leave the premises, and then fill it with something more positive. Okay, anyways, so with love, I think you could possibly be very anxious or spiraling down a stressful, overthinking worry. You may be really worried or like feeling very anxious that you haven't found somebody yet. You worry more and more about not finding someone, to the point where you spend more of your time worrying about not finding someone than actually looking for someone or looking for love. Start using more positive affirmations to focus on your energy, to find the ability to draw love into your life and connect with other human beings. That could be for my singles out there. So it could also just be that maybe you're trying to fill your void or fill your vessel or this space, this cup with anything. And it could be possibly going after anybody and everything. You're not really setting a limit or boundary with who you want or what they would be, to the point where you're just like desperate for love. That could be the case if you're you're very single. It could also be maybe to find more respect and love for your body as well. Since it's via the Venom card, this could be a insecurity that possibly whoever this is could be leading you not to be so respectful of your body and loving more of that container that holds your being. Another thing too, that might not be the case for all of you, that could be for a few. I think the majority of you is there's some sort of anxiety that could be causing you nightmares, could be causing you a lot of stress. There's something there that is stressing you out, and it could be also related to something, your finances, since we have a caution warning sign. It's kind of like the old warp into one. This could be that you could be in a relationship, and maybe you're freaking out, worrying about what decision to make, and it's causing you a lot of stress because maybe this relationship isn't working out, or it's not turning out to be the way that you want, and you're starting to lose sleep on it, and it's not as fulfilling as you need it to or want it to be. And maybe it's the end result is you going to have to end the relationship or free yourself from this torment. And maybe you're not really communicating how you feel, or you haven't told them yet, and that's why it's building up and eating you up inside. And take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. This stress, I know it could be building up a lot, but know that the decision doesn't have to be made right now. Whenever I know you're probably stressing out about it, trying to think of the future, what to do in the future about this. You don't need to do anything right now. It might be the best decision to end this torment would be to communicate how you're feeling possibly to this person and talk about it and be like, hey, I don't know if I can do this anymore, especially if it's because you're moving away or you're leaving in order to take this opportunity for your career. If you explain that to them, they should understand and know that it was bound to happen. Don't let them restrict you as well. If they're like, oh, well, I want to keep this relationship going, I don't want you to leave. Don't allow them to hold you back from your goals in life. If this connection is meant to be, it will come together in the future. Don't limit yourself. Also, for the people who are single out there, I think maybe you're really stressing out about, your love life, wanting to have somebody, wanting to fill that void, whatever that container is. So with the Vessel card, it basically says that this is the most powerful card there. It's like everything is a container. The body is a container. It contains organs. A house is a container. It contains healthy, breathing families, living families. a cup is a container. It holds liquids. Everything's a container. And what else did it say? They ask questions such as, it is time to assess what is being held together and how. Is this vessel too tight? Is it too loose? Is it broken, empty, full? Or perhaps is there no vessel at all, and the contents spilled in every direction? It is natural for structure to be formed and eventually fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. It is time for you to build, break, or repair. You must find out. When in light, you could be stable, strong, graceful. When in dark, could be trapped, being in a bubble. So maybe this card is upright, so I don't think you're dealing with any of the shadow aspects, but you could be possibly shying away from how you're feeling and not saying your emotions about your love. If you're in a relationship with that person, maybe you're not telling this person that you want to break up with them or that you want to leave the relationship. Or you may have, or maybe you guys already have broken up and it's leading to nightmares. Because you could possibly be not really wanting to leave them, because if you do love and care for them for this opportunity. The prayer card talks about the worship, the reverence, the homage. I think you could possibly be a people pleaser, someone who constantly maybe puts people on pedestals. Know that everybody's a human being and nobody's perfect. People make mistakes too. Even that cute, handsome man that is dreamy, says all the right things. Trust me, he'll make a mistake. He's not perfect. He's just like everybody else. And know that he is the same level as you. He's not better than you. He's not better looking than you. He's not more attractive than you. He's not smarter than you. He's not anything better than you. You guys are at the same level, and don't put him on a pedestal. You deserve respect, and not to be pushed aside just because you think they might be a little bit better. And that's with everybody. Your family, your friends, your spouses, boyfriends, anything. You could be needing peace. You could be very stressed out and you need to find peace. So with the prayer, it kind of talked about allowing yourself and giving yourself to a higher being and basically like allowing them to guide you. It talks about sending out a prayer, pray. In this way, you could be religious or spiritual, and a way that is saying is to maybe, sit down, meditate, or actually, kneel down and send a prayer. And like a prayer is, you could do a prayer in many different ways. You could establish a prayer in many different ways. Do it the way that you desire, and ask for them to take guidance or give you guidance in this, or some sort of direction that will bring you the right way. There needs to be some sort of guidance that is needed. Yeah, honestly, that's the best that I could say or give. I think there's definitely some sort of void or lack thereof. I think with your love life, there could be something that is missing. You could be feeling like there is a hole there. Whether it's you're in a relationship or out of a relationship, there's still some sort of void. Especially since we have the peace card, needing to find peace. White, the color gray, talks about, or white, I think, talks about a lack thereof, or all the colors mixed together, so a lot. And also white could, in China, white represents mourning, so people would wear white to funerals. Maybe you're possibly mourning over someone, and that's why I said there could have been a breakup already that's causing you to have nightmares and a lot of sadness or thinking a lot about it, upsetting. Maybe you're like overthinking your decision that you had to make or are going to make. And know that even if you do make the right decision or wrong decision, whatever is meant to be there for you will come back at the right time. Maybe this just isn't the good time. If it was meant to be, you wouldn't be questioning it. Okay. I know I like stumbled a lot over my words. I apologize. You know what? I'm not going to say sorry, because you know what? I'm human. I make mistakes. I got a lot of numbers. Okay, we got a lot of X's. There could definitely be an X. We also got the devil here. Maybe you've been not taking care of yourself and kind of getting into more of a shadow self. Maybe you're allowing your shadow self to go on autopilot a bit. Maybe you're not eating healthy. Maybe you're not following your routines. Maybe you're not taking care of yourself. Maybe you're thinking bad thoughts, depression, things like that. So we got the number 15. 15 could be maybe your age. You could be 15 years old. We also have 11, could be significant. The 11th house, I just thought of. The 10th house, maybe to check those out. I didn't even roll this dice. Hold on, let me pull a sign that's significant for my viewer. So we got 10, yeah. 10 house could be significant. Pisces. We also have this, which seahorse that makes me think of Pisces in your moon. You could have a Pisces moon in your 10th house. This could be significant. Maybe look at it and revisit on it or read about it in your CoStar app. Download the CoStar app and maybe read about it. Figure yourself out a little bit more. So 10 represents endings. So you could be ending a relationship with your ex. Maybe you just recently did. And know that it may be, it might be very hard and difficult to deal with right now. And I know it's very sad to think about all the different things and memories. But know that something greater will come. Whatever this person wasn't able to do for you, there will be somebody else that can fill that void. There's going to be somebody else that out there who can fill every void for you. You know, obviously there's nobody perfect out there, but with communication, you want to be in a relationship where the connection and the relationship is not hard to be in. If it's difficult, if it's like God is fighting you or your spirit guides are fighting you and against you to pull you in a different direction, but you keep fighting them to fight for this connection and the other person isn't even fighting for the connection as hard as you are, maybe you should let go and allow them to pull you and guide you to where you need to be. Because trust me, they know what's best and they will guide you into the direction you need to be. Okay, so we have enormous, achy here, glitter. So maybe your body, the vessel, is feeling very achy, decay. Maybe you feel like you're dying because of pain. We got fiber. Maybe you haven't eaten any fiber and need to add fiber into your diet. Glitter, maybe you recently put glitter on your body, or there's glitter on your body somewhere. Maybe you went out and put glitter somewhere. We got here, achy here. Maybe your ears are aching or having some achy ears. Maybe you went somewhere with your ex where you put on glitter and maybe that was the end. Maybe you did it impulsively and just ended it there. Fold, maybe you folded and didn't say anything. Maybe you just gave in, were like, oh, you know what, let me give it another shot. We got enormous. Maybe you feel like you're overweight or your body's overweight or you're not perfect or anything. Know that happiness and fulfillment is all a mindset. If you believe, you can make yourself believe anything. Think about that. Literally, there are people out there that believe in anything because they have so much heart and passion for it, and just like that they can make themselves believe that it's true, even though there's nothing out there to prove it. It really goes to show how powerful the mind is. You can make yourself believe anything. And if you believe you're overweight, you're going to believe always that you are overweight. No matter, even when you're skinny, you're still going to believe that you're overweight. Now, if you change your mindset to love and accept you and love you for who you are, no matter what other people say or other people's judgments and insecurities, that is true happiness. And know that people's judgments or people's little comments, know that, trust me, they're suffering just as much as you are deep down. They may not be dealing exactly with what you're dealing with when it comes to maybe your body, but they could still be dealing with a lot as well, and even worse. And that's why they push their insecurities onto other people. Know that they are suffering as well. I'm not saying to allow them to disrespect you or try to understand them and pity them. Honestly, yeah, I actually do pity them because they're freaking losers. But know that they're suffering just as much as you, and they will be taken care of from somebody else. You don't have to be the one to lash out at them or do anything, or get to their level or anything and lash out at them. It's not worth it. You are better than that. You'll take care of yourself better than that. Okay, so you could be decaying. You might not be eating fiber. Your name could start with a D. Any of these could be initials. I definitely think you've had an X, and it's something about your ex. We got G here, could be significant. O could be significant. Articulate, maybe it's saying to articulate through these negative thoughts or limiting beliefs. You could also possibly need to articulate through your bad habits. Maybe you're overeating. Engineering, maybe your career path is engineering, or needing to find peace with the Pisces who is an engineer. Maybe this person is an engineer. We also got excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say cocky, but I just didn't finish. I don't know why. This person could be quite cocky, or like thinks that they're like the best or whatever. Know that it's all a facade, and usually cockiness is a facade for insecurity. But they also could be, maybe someone's name is Sky. I just thought of Sky. Yeah, okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm taking too much time. I already spent 20 minutes on this one, and we have 2 more to go. Okay, let's start now off with the career, your finances, something you need to know about your finances. Okay, so we definitely need to bridge that connection between you and this financial opportunity. There needs to be some sort of connection, fall into place. I think you need to take that opportunity. You really need to take it. It's really out there. It's like, this is you and this is it, the opportunity, waiting for your hand to grab it. And it's waiting there to pull you across over to the other side, to lead you to where you need to be in the future, to give you the experience and the future that you desire and you are meant to have. You just need to take a leap of faith and take it. You could be having a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-esteem, worries about it, thinking that you're not good enough. Maybe you're looking at this shiny new opportunity, looking up or looking from down below, looking up at it, being like, oh my God, wow, look at this opportunity. This is the best that I'll ever have. This is all I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to make it. And all this stuff, you're like telling yourself that this is the best you'll ever have. And, because you don't feel that you're worthy, or maybe you have, you're feeling a little low self-esteem about that maybe you don't deserve this job or this career path. And I'm telling you now, trust me, in the future, you're going to look back at this moment and you're going to be like, wow, I thought that was the best I could ever have. Look at me now. Look at where I'm at now. Like, and another thing from your future self, or what your future self might want to share to you, is this isn't the best that you will ever have. You will have more. You have a lot more coming for you. This is a great opportunity. Yeah, it's going to bring you a lot of experience. It's something to take, and it's telling you, don't think anymore about it. Take it. I know upright, this talks about caution, move more slowly, but this is in reverse, and we got movement and we got energy here. Freaking go for it. Go for this job. Go for this path. Go after it. Do it. Just do it. You could be having a lot of anxiety about making the chance. Don't fall through now. It said also cowardness. Don't be, a coward. Like, go after it. Go after this. You can do it. We also have the star. I think you might deal, one issue that I think might be coming up that you need to know right now is to not allow yourself be disrespected in the workplace, especially if you feel quite vulnerable in this environment or the situation, maybe because, like I said, maybe there's people doubting you, you're doubting yourself, you're not really there supporting yourself. How is anyone supposed to support you if you're not supporting yourself? You can do it. I will be here to support you. You can do it. Go after it. And it's saying, like, don't allow yourself to fall to be disrespected by anyone, especially if it's your boss or coworker. Demand respect. Nobody is going to fire you just for respecting yourself. You should respect yourself with everybody. Don't people please. Don't trust me. Even if you wipe this dude's ass, he's not going to appreciate it. They're not asking you to do that. They're not expecting you to do that. You don't need to be constantly worshiping them, wiping their feet, wiping their ass. You don't have to bow down to them. They're just like a human being, just like everybody else. And they're probably not going to, they could be a nice person, hopefully they are, but if they aren't, and it's just a working experience to learn to start to respect yourself more. Demand respect from everybody. Put yourself up to high standards. Ask for more money than you expect. If you're asking for minimum wage, be like, no, I actually want to be paid $15 an hour. I want to be paid $20 an hour. Don't lowball yourself. You are good. You're great. You're amazing. Don't limit yourself. Take that opportunity. Go for it. With the star, I think you'll also be during this career or during this opportunity, I think you'll be a very genuine, kind, work harder, or you're going to work very hard, work very genuine, you're going to be very loyal, you're going to try to do your best with everything. I think you're going to be a creative new attachment to this project. Maybe you're going to bring new creative insights and new ideas, and trying to do your best every day. You could be very helpful to the team. I think you'll always be genuinely yourself. I don't think you'll ever lie. I think you'll be very honest, doing the best you can, do what you're told, follow the rules, very genuine person. But also know that, like I said, don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Respect yourself. There's nothing wrong with saying no and respecting yourself. You don't have to be a yes man. You don't have to constantly do everything for other people just to make them happy. Who cares? If they are upset that you're respecting yourself, they're not meant to be there in your life. They're just here to take advantage of you. Okay. I think you could also be considering possibly a work life that could be quite more nurturing to you, something you could be considering a new opportunity, a different job opportunity, and you're appreciating the offer, you're very grateful for the offer. You could be also more attracted to a smaller organization or community-based organization where you are more connected with your colleagues, customers, or the community. Also, the star is a positive sign that you might come into a windfall. Be ready to receive these financial blessings from the universe, as they will be everything you need and then some. So there's going to be abundance coming your way. Okay, let's roll the dice. Maybe pull a sign that represents this portion of this person's life. So we have Gemini in the 7th house in Neptune. So you could have a Gemini in Neptune in the 7th house. That could be significant. Maybe look at your chart and read up more about it. Gemini usually talks about communication or communicating more. So you could definitely be quite a communicative or like to communicate a lot when it comes to your job. Maybe you like great communication. Another thing, also, you could be having quite anxiety about it. Just relax and know that try to tell yourself it's not that big of a deal. Like, it might be really important in your life right now, but no, in the future, it's not that big of a deal. You'll look back at it and be like, damn, like, I was freaking out over that. Like, don't worry about it. You'll do great. You'll be fine. And just be yourself. Be your authentic, wonderful self. You wouldn't have been given this opportunity in the first place if you weren't your authentic self. Okay, so the Warrior. Now let's move on to your health and well-being and possibly something you need to know about that. Oh wait, I didn't pull... What is wrong with me? I didn't pull the charms. Okay. I just thought of maybe you want to be like a fashion designer or something with fashion. Don't allow disrespect from anybody. It could also be possibly music. Maybe you're trying to get into music. Okay, so we have BVP. We also have O. O could be significant. Maybe that's a boss name. We have Ghost. Maybe you're going to become a ghost, or you're going to, maybe you're trying to ghost from this opportunity, but don't. We have Gabby. Gabby could be your name. Definitely Gabby could be your name, because we also have Gabby. We have a G there. We got backgammon. Maybe this person likes to play backgammon, or maybe your boss likes to play backgammon. We have extra. Maybe you're feeling very, extra anxious. Don't be. It's okay. Gems. Maybe you need to put some crystals on you. Maybe you need to take a hot bath. Relax. We got O, M. Maybe those are significant names or initials. We got maybe during Christmas time you're going to take this opportunity. We got a music. I almost said a clarinet. I think that says saxophone. So maybe this person plays the sax, or maybe you're a saxophone player. We got a Glock. I got a Glock in my Rari. External. Maybe it's some sort of external thing. Diagnosis. External diagnosis. Maybe someone diagnosed you as a really good jazz player. Glock. I just thought of maybe this person has a registered gun. Yeah. Okay, moving on to your health. Okay, so when it comes to your health, I think you, even when you're supposed to be physical, I think you still think very mentally or act very mentally about it. You could be maybe you constantly are thinking about your physical self, constantly. About the way you look, by the way, anything physical. So that could be definitely something. I think maybe you will go through some sort of awakening, possibly about it, to where you learn more self-love. We also have the purple could also represents spirituality, could represent the 2 chakras. The crown chakra could also represent the 3rd eye chakra. So that's like, finding downloads, getting intuitive downloads. Also, the purple can represent wealth, can represent mystery, can represent royalty. It could also represent creativity. I think you will have a more of a fulfilling, creative life. I think with this future you will be having. You could definitely be feeling more creative. Maybe this opportunity, this job will allow you to be more creative. I think you will also meet friends with this. Maybe you're afraid of losing your friends, or you're leaving your family behind. They will still be there and there to support you, but you will be making new friends to be there right at your side. Don't worry. They could also possibly have, one could have blonde hair, one could have black hair, and the other one could be brown hair and maybe a darker skin tone. So that could be definitely people that you'll meet, and I think you'll be more creative, more spontaneous, have more fun with them. I think you'll definitely be celebrating a lot. Maybe this job will allow you to have the opportunities on the weekends to always go out and drink and have fun together. I think you're also a fighter. I think physically, I think you could be a fighter. I think you could be trying to do your best when it comes to your health. Maybe you're fighting through a difficult time period to where you're almost at death. I think maybe you need to start or take care of yourself more, and know that spending time with your friends and spending time with the people around you is good, and you should go out and do those things, but don't put your needs aside. If you need to do something, if you need to go work out, if you need to eat something, if you need to eat something healthy, know your limit and find a balance. This card also talked about possibly overeating or overindulging or drinking too much, and make sure you don't do that and set restrictions with yourself, but also don't be upset with yourself if you do it once or twice. Know that you're human, know that people make mistakes, and maybe set like a good healthy balance or routine or guideline to follow. So maybe on Saturdays when you spend time with your friends, or whenever you go out with your coworkers, to make sure those are the days that you could fall off the track a little bit, eat a little bit more, drink a little bit more wine, or do the things that makes you happy. Because following a routine the rest of your life, it won't make you happy. There's a balance. Warrior, you could be very competitive as well physically. Maybe there's going to be some sort of physical thing that you want to do. Maybe there's some sort of sport, or maybe you guys like play games or something outside physically. Or could you be like, it says like the soldier, the samurai, the advocate. You could be very purposeful in your action, like to resolve, be very resilient, likes to find a lot of clarity. I think you think very mentally about your physical self, because this is a lot of mental things. I think maybe you're trying to think about rather than do. Maybe you think a little bit too much about your physical health or physical well-being, that maybe you spend too much time thinking rather than doing. Maybe it's time to start being more physical and start doing the things that you wish to do, like maybe eating more healthy or taking better care of yourself. With competition, maybe you feel like you must be competition to maybe your friends. Maybe your friends are very pretty or have nice bodies or something, and maybe when you go out, you feel like they're competition to the men opportunities. They're your friends, they're your partners. They shouldn't be competition. And if there's men out there that make you guys competition, they're not there for any one of you. They just want to be desired, and they're not the one for you. So don't let them get in between you and your friends. Okay. Yeah, let's pull some charms. That's honestly the most that I have. And also, don't abandon the mission. Don't lose your values, your morals. Don't threaten people. And it's good to be aggressive when it comes to chasing your dreams, but also know the limit. Find a balance, know the limit. Don't push people or try to control them. Okay. Let's pull the charms. You got fly. We got 2 R's. Okay. R could be significant. Maybe your name starts with an R, or your last name starts with an R, or maybe one of your friends that you will meet starts with an R, or you have met already. Okay, we got fly, so maybe you're flying somewhere, or maybe you're gonna be creative when it comes to flying. Maybe you're gonna design airplanes. Maybe the engineer. If any of you guys are an engineer, maybe you guys design planes. We got a degree. Maybe you found a degree, or you got a degree, and that's what allows you to be more creative with your future. Physical. Maybe you're gonna be driving a lot. Maybe this is a distance drive. I just thought of first degree. Maybe you're gonna get sick physically, and it's gonna, maybe when you first get there, you're gonna get sick or something, and it's gonna put you back a bit, but know that it's okay, and you never plan to get sick. Sometimes it just happens when you least expect it, or at least want it to happen. Guard. You could be very guarded up, maybe because of this sad time. You become guarded up, and know that it's okay, and there will be people that you could allow to let in and be more vulnerable with, and I think it will be these friends that you will meet. We got filter. Maybe you feel like you have to filter yourself around these people and watch what you say. Airborne. I definitely think maybe you'll be a flight attendant. I just thought of. Maybe you need to watch what you say around your employees or something, or customers. We got a sandcastle. Maybe you'll go to the beach with them, or a nice island if you work in the air service. We got a Pegasus, something flying again, flying horse. Maybe you'll go somewhere where they have horses, or maybe there will be literally a horse on a plane. I don't know why I just thought of that. We got a flower here. Blossoming, creativity blossoming. We got a sailboat. This makes me think of being on a sailboat. Maybe you'll be on a sailboat, or be a sailor, or something with a sailboat with these people. Job, physically. We also got a mermaid. This reminds me of the Siren card, which talks about seducing men, or low-key kind of manipulating them. That could be something physically that you'll end up doing. It reminds me of Pisces energy as well. Okay, I think that's all I have, really. Yeah. We also have 12. I know 12 could be... was it 12 or was it 15? I think it was 15, wasn't it? Okay. Alright, that's all I have. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for staying at the very end. I hope you found some messages that resonated with you. If you did, please leave a like up, consider subscribing, and possibly leave a little mermaid emoji in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, I hope this has helped in any way, and I'll see you in one of my next readings. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this deck, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eternal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck, this will be your reading on what you need to hear right now. So when shuffling, I asked for 4 different piles of what your life, basically things that you deal with, so your mental health, anything that governs yourself mentally, so the way you treat yourself, the way you love yourself, anything that needs to be said or you need to know right now. Then we have love, the way you love your friends, the way your partnership, some sort of dealing with love, or your family. Something that needs to be said right now, or that could be said right now, or needed to be heard, is right there. And then we have your job, something job related that you need to know or need to hear. And then we have physical well-being, your physical body, anything physical related, something you need to hear right now about that. So first, we're going to start talking about the death. So we have swords, a lot of air here. You could have a significant air placement somewhere, or just more communication is needed to be taken place, or having a lot of conflict. You could be having a lot of conflict right now. So we have 9 of Swords, and we have 8 of Swords. We also have Death and the Star. So Death represents Scorpio energy, so you could be a Scorpio or have a Scorpio placement that is significant. You could also have Aquarius placements that are significant as well, somewhere in your chart that you may want to take note of. So with the Sustainer, the Death, and the Trust, with your mental health, something that needs to be said is you need to start trusting yourself more, start listening to yourself more, start communicating with yourself more. I think you may have shut yourself out as well as other people, possibly because of a way to protect or sustain your mental health. I think maybe you've been spending a lot of time with your friends or putting your needs aside, or maybe not finding a good balance of, going out, having fun, playtime, happiness versus, routine, being disciplined, and being more strict with yourself. I think you need to find a balance, and possibly, I think in a way to sustain your mental health, you pulled back a little bit and isolated just a bit. I think also something that needs to be done in order to sustain your mental health or your love for yourself, or the care that you give yourself, is by letting go of the old, shedding the old and the familiar, to become something new, to develop and grow. It's like the death of a caterpillar. It's like the caterpillar, sheds its skin and transforms into something beautiful. I know I say that a lot, but this is really, that card is the death card, the transition. You must break old habits, release what is hindering you from making room for something greater. I think maybe you lose track of your mental health. Maybe sometimes you could catch yourself going a couple spaces forward, and then you end up catching yourself a couple spaces back. Maybe you tend to fall into old habits of being toxic or doing toxic things, and you catch yourself back in those old habits. And this is saying, like, you need to release that and you need to stop doing that. Start going back into the routine, start taking better care of your mental health, start journaling, keep doing that. Don't let it go. Sustain it. Keep going. There is no end, and there is no, you already began, and now it's to continue that for the rest of your life. People don't appreciate sustainability. People only appreciate the beginning and the ending of things. They only acknowledge the beginning and ending of things. What about the effort and the the push that you have to keep, or the motivation you have to keep to sustain things. You need to appreciate that more. Maybe you need to appreciate the effort you put in to sustain routine, to sustain your mental health. So maybe that's something you need to appreciate more. I think also it's also talking about needing to find more love for that as well. Appreciate it and find more love for it, and understand that it's okay to fall back and off trail sometimes. Sometimes it does become overwhelming or overworked, or leads to resentment, or just like you could lose determination or passion for something, constantly doing it over and over again, or sustaining it could be difficult. But maybe find a balance to where you could fall off the wagon a little bit sometimes, but you always make sure that you get back on it. So that's definitely, I also think you need to trust yourself more. I think you need to trust your mental health. I think you need to trust that person that resides within you. Look in your mirror, treat yourself like you're your best friend, and because at the end of the day, you will always be there for yourself. I always say, like, you are your own best friend. You're always there for yourself from the day you were born to the day that you will cease to exist on this planet. That person, that one person, the one that you see in the mirror, that person is always going to be there. They've been there to support you, to comfort you, to love you, to, be there when you're down, when you're crying, when you're all alone. That person is always with you. So, start respecting this person better. Start nurturing this person the way they try to nurture you. Love them more. Teach them, mentor them into being more of a give and take balanced relationship. Okay, so I'm now going to take some charms. I'm going to roll dice first. Apologize for the loud noises. We also have the throat chakra. You may need to strengthen that. You may need to communicate more, possibly with yourself. Start speaking out loud. When you're feeling things, speak out loud. When you're feeling a certain way, say it out loud. Talk to yourself. Just blur out the words. Just blurt out whatever. Talk. Okay, some signs that might be significant for your mental health could be Mars. You could have a Cancer in your Mars in the 3rd house. This could be significant. They didn't even show they do show the number. It's number 13. So that could be significant in your Mars. Maybe you need to look at this. You could also be struggling mentally because you could be going through a difficult change or shedding of the old. I know it's very draining to have to change. I know change is very scary. But know you're safe. Know that you are supported. And even if you don't feel comfortable with where you are right now, you will find familiarity and comfortable. You'll feel comfortable in the future. Just give it some time. Okay. Number 13 could be significant. I just saw, and 33 could be significant as well. It's 9:33 right now. We got a butterfly. We got 2 butterflies, and we got 11. 11 could be significant. We got R. Trusting yourself, R. Okay, where's the words? Where's the words? Okay. So we have goodbye, saying goodbye to the old and saying hello to the new, the butterfly transformation. Oh my god, he just did a beautiful spin. Say goodbye to that shell of the caterpillar and say hello to this beautiful butterfly. I know it sounds stupid, but seriously, do it. Allison, your name could be Allison, or maybe you should name your best friend. I know it sounds like you're crazy or something if you start calling yourself another name, but maybe you need to give yourself another name and really do treat yourself like somebody else. Car, maybe start trusting yourself more when you're in your car. Maybe you feel a little unsafe in a car when you're driving. That could be something. Or maybe start taking care of your car more. Maybe you've been slacking, taking care of it. Maybe washing it. We also have head. Maybe you've been being impulsively not really thinking things through. Maybe you need to use your head more. We got another butterfly up here on sustainability. We also have waves. It looks like water. You could definitely be a water sign. There's a lot of blue and purple. You could definitely be a Scorpio. Water signs tend to be more spiritual, so you could definitely be a spiritual person. We have a book. Maybe you need to read more. Maybe on your free time when you have some spare time, maybe pull out a book and start reading. I think that will make you also feel better about yourself. Get a little hobby to put on the side, like reading. That would definitely teach you discipline, teach you some good aspects. We also have a plane here. You could be going on a plane, and we also got the name Jerry. There could be someone Jerry, or maybe you call someone a Jerry. Okay, now let's move on to your love life. So with your love, something that you may need to hear right now is you could be really stressing out about your love life. That could definitely be an issue that you're dealing with right now. Whether it be that you're lonely, or you feel lonely, or that you have no one, or that you feel like you're so worried about being alone and not finding someone or finding a partner that you're not even spending the time to look for one. Or it could also be the case that maybe you just don't feel like you have the right one, or maybe every time you find someone you're like, I don't know if this person is the one for me. So it's like you're constantly never feel fulfilled, or you always have these expectations of what someone will be, and then they end up not meeting your expectations, so you're always feeling left disappointed. Could also be that you're in a relationship that you may be feeling downright unhappy, or feeling trapped, or losing sleep over, and you need to release some stress, or perhaps talk about it to a close friend or psychologist. And you may need to conclude to free yourself from this torment, or even end this relationship. I also wanted to say we have the two same cards in the same placement as the last pile, so you definitely might want to check out pile 2. I think we also got stop in pile 1's 3 section for finances as well, so you also might want to check that out. But yeah, so with the 9 of Swords, you could also maybe be in a relationship, and maybe you feel like you're worrying that maybe this person isn't meant for you, or maybe you see some flaws in this person. You're like, oh my god, I thought they were perfect, and turns out they're not. And I think one thing that could be said is nobody's perfect. Obviously it's up to you to decide whether those red flags or those bad qualities that you are seeing, are they worth staying for? Because relationships are about putting in the work, putting in the fight, working through obstacles, working through the hardships, to be better for each other and to better work together. It's a partnership. It's work. Relationships are difficult to maintain, to sustain. It's up to you to decide whether you want to stay or to go. And also, I think you have a gem on your hand. I think you have a very special person, and maybe they just don't live up to your expectations of what you wanted. and like the standard of what you want, but maybe they're a type of person that respects you, loves you in a way that nobody has ever had before. To the point where when you first met them, it was like you knew that they were for you, that they were the one, or they were, they were meant to be with you. But like maybe now maybe you're worrying because maybe there's something that you're feeling a void about or feeling lost about, or you feel like there's something missing. Maybe you should talk it out with this person. Maybe you need to talk to a friend, talk to a therapist, talk to somebody to really figure out whether maybe this is something internally that's causing you turmoil, or is it something about them that maybe they could possibly work on to fix this issue. There's always a solution, there's always a resolution. Especially just communicate peacefully with this person and talk it out. I think also you might still have unhealed wounds from possibly past relationships. Maybe you feel still connected to a past connection or a past ex, and it could be a disruption that's what is causing you all this pain. Maybe it's still there lingering, and maybe it's not fully healed. So maybe you need to rip open that wound again, or wound, and live through that life again, and really remember, look through that curtain and really see how life was with that person again, and remember why things ended. Remember why you left, or they left. Remember why things ended. And know and understand that if it was meant to be, it would have stayed. Obviously, there's always good memories you could see in the past, and you could look back on those memories. But know that, what's in the past is in the past, and don't compare this gem, this beautiful, unique person, this 1 out of a million person, to somebody who has caused you pain. I'm kind of getting emotional with this one. I don't know why, but definitely don't let whatever is disrupting this relationship get in between the two of you. I really do think that this person, this gem, is someone that is meant to be and it is meant to stay, and maybe they're not the best. Why am I crying? What the hell is happening? Maybe they're not the best, shiny, perfect gem or crystal right now, but be patient, wait, because they will glow the fuck up, and they will be, the best person for you. Just give it time. Oh my god, what is happening? I think also for those of you who are, it's also kind of funny, the gem. I'm Gem. No correlation. But, for those of you who are single, I think also, okay, wait, for the people who are in a relationship, and this is their gem, their beautiful, shiny gem, I think this person is very unique, very special. I think they treat you right. I think they respect you. I think they love and care for you. I think they put 110% in the relationship. I think they also set good boundaries, respect themselves. I think maybe this person is losing sleep about some disruption or pain of the past, or some sort of pain that is causing them. Maybe they have friends that cause them pain, or maybe there's people in their life that judge them for being with this person. Who cares what these other motherfucker thinks? They're judging because of their insecurities, their, criticism is all on them. They could, if they're judging that this person is not respecting you, and they're saying hey, you don't deserve to be with somebody that doesn't treat you right, then maybe you should hear them out. But if they're judging you for the way that this person looks, or the way that this person acts, or the way that they are, maybe they're a little introverted, don't listen to them, because this person was cut out and, you know, under a lot of pressure, and was shaped into the beautiful gem that is meant to fit you, not them. They will find someone else that fits for them, because even if that doesn't fit for them, like, they shouldn't be criticizing this. Who cares about their opinion? They should be supportive and being like, hey, like, I'm so happy you two are meant out, you know, good for each other, and you guys work things out. And they should understand that relationships, even if you guys fight, or you go to them and complain to them about this person, that they should understand that relationships all about compromise and working together and working things out. Couples are always going to fight. They're always going to need somebody to vent to. Your friends are always going to come to you to vent about this person. It's whether they disrespect you or they disrespect your friend, that's when you should be saying, hey, maybe you should leave this relationship. I talked for 10 minutes about that. Okay, yeah, I definitely think there could be some sort of judgment. For the people who are single, I definitely do think that maybe this is you are the gem, and you're losing sleep because maybe people make fun of you for being single, which that's ridiculous, or maybe you feel a lot of torment by the opposite gender, possibly males. Maybe the way that they flirt, or the way that they maybe your male friends or guys that you're interested in judge you, or call you names, or disrespect you, or don't like you, or say nasty things or mean things, or use you or take advantage. I know it's extremely difficult, and I know it's a lot of pain, but know that this is all a learning process, and you're learning to respect yourself more and learn more of the red flags and what to watch out for. Now you know to stay away from those types of people. Now you know to stay away from those types of men, women, any of those people. Okay, let's pull your dice and your charms, and let's move on to your finances. Give me something significant for this love life. So we have Capricorn in first house with, I have no idea what that is. What is that? What is that? Uranus. So you could have a Capricorn and Uranus in the first house. I think that might be significant. You might want to look at CoStar or some sort of astrology app to maybe read a little bit more about it and learn more about yourself. Okay. So let's pull some charms. We got 2 hearts on Knight of Swords. You could also possibly be having nightmares or dreams about someone. I also got another idea that maybe you're in a very healthy, nice relationship, but maybe there's somebody in your life right now that's trying to get in the way of your relationship with this person that reminds you of your past. And it might be very difficult to let them go and let them out of your life, because maybe you did develop feelings for them, and but you know deep down, you know in your head and your gut that you want to stay with this person and work things out. So I think definitely that could be the case. I think also it could be a mental psyche thing, is that you know deep down this person reminds you of the past, and that they would disrespect you and treat you the way that the people in the past did. Not ever like this unique, wonderful gem that is with you right now, or who is here for you right now. Don't let this other person in. Don't let the past in. You need to shed the past. Let go of the past. Let it go. It could also be mentally draining. We have R and H. Maybe this someone has an H name or an R name. They could also be like an angel. It's like the angels made them for you. Like they sought out this person. They created this person for you. They compressed this person for you. We got, didn't I not pull these? What the heck? Okay, we have Circus by the Angel. And we got Education. Maybe this person is really goofy or like acts like they're in the circus sometimes. You guys like make a lot of laughs or have a lot of fun. Maybe they are actually in a circus. Or maybe circus. I don't know. Circus could just be maybe your love life right now is currently a circus. We also have Education, or whoever this gem represents. Maybe they're like a freaking crackhead or like some sort of circus clown, or maybe they're feeling like a clown. Also, like, I already said that, it's fine. So we got Education. Maybe this person's also on a path of education. Maybe they're in college, or maybe they're still in high school, or maybe they're trying to graduate currently with a degree or some sort of education. We got Exhausted, Heart. Maybe your heart is hurting badly, but give love to yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself. Maybe bring a little bit more love into the situation. Try to work things out a little bit and put more effort back into this person. We got B. The pain could be someone from an air sign, specifically a bee. Could be someone who, the bee in the book, I have a book that talks about animals. The bee is someone who's hardworking and could constantly be overworked, like the working bee or the hardworking bee could be in a similar career path, or maybe your coworker or something like that. We also have Endorsement. Maybe they endorse you, or maybe there's some sort of endorsement. We also have a Bull. They could be also a Taurus. We also have this reminds me of the end of an arrow. They could definitely be an air sign. They could also possibly, someone in this connection could possibly wear hooped earrings, or like an earring, dangle earring that is this, like a leaf. We also have a horse or a Pegasus in the disruption. We have a little like fairy or like angel. And then we have like a little bird, water bird. So that could be representing people. Maybe someone that likes horses, or someone who's like a little fairy. Communication. Maybe you need to talk to one of those people. A water sign could be someone who represents a fairy, someone who represents a horse. Maybe you need to talk to them, possibly your friends. All right, let's move on to the finances. So with the career path, you could possibly be a teacher or teaching, not actually like a teacher in school. I mean, you could be, but I think it's also more of like you could be feeling called to a career path where you want to teach others something, whether it could be teaching like actually education or something, some sort of knowledge you have or a lot of knowledge of. Could be spiritually, could be religiously, could be mathematically, could be like science, something science related, something about physical work, anything like this, about cars, something that you feel called to teach or mentor students. And I think you may be putting too much effort into. I think you may need to stop, reflect on how this could possibly affect your passion. I think it may also be a good time to collect your thoughts, or maybe even take a break. It could also be a good time to think about what stopping means to you. Does it mean forever? Does it mean a pause? Does it mean moving forward, or simply just changing the direction of how you approach it? So maybe you're doing a lot of it, or doing a little bit too much. We also kind of have like a halfway mentor. It kind of came halfway. So you could definitely be not like a parent, more of like a outside perspective that some young students or younger people or people that are seeking out knowledge come to you, assisting for growth in something that you excel in. And I think that maybe this isn't the right path for you career-wise or financially. Maybe you need to possibly put that abundance and that knowledge to something that's actually giving you fruit to bear. Maybe you need to redirect your efforts and all your fiery passion, or maybe just not that you redirect all of it, but maybe draw back a little bit and start putting more effort into your other things that may be bringing you struggle right now. So with the star, you could also possibly be, this is saying to redirect your work, changing your career into something more greater meaning, more purpose in what you want to do in the future. You may not want to work in an environment where it's just about making a profit for you, and it's like for senior executives, or maybe you've already reached the highest point you can, and maybe you want to go after something that's a little bit more meaningful for you, a little more, can bring you more happiness, bring more fulfillment. Maybe you want to go after a smaller company or a smaller community-based organization to bring you closer and connect you with your colleagues, customers, or the community. So maybe a different teaching path. If you want to be a teacher, maybe you need to redirect into an area where you could actually teach students, if that is the case. And if that's not specifically the case, take it as like a metaphor for whatever this means to you. So also, this could be a sign that you could be a very genuine, authentic person. I think this direction you want to go with your career path, you will be very genuine and very authentic. I think it may also bring you more happiness for being yourself. You might feel more comfortable because now it's like you don't have to put on a facade to act like you're somebody else now. Now this is authentically 100% you. And you're excelling, you're sharing your success with others. Also, this could be a sign that your financial blessings are coming your way. If you trust the universe, be ready to receive that abundance. I also think that you should just possibly, whatever it is that you're doing now and constantly putting so much effort in, or possibly bringing you sleepless nights or feeling overworked, maybe you need to redirect that passion, or redirect that energy into your passion, your fiery, your passion. Go after it. Don't sit on the sidelines going after a job that doesn't fulfill you. Okay, let's pull some charms. Oh. Right, pull a sign or house or whatever that represents in this section. So we have the 11th house, we have, I think this is Saturn, and then we have Libra. So you could have a Libra in the 11th house in Saturn. Yeah. So that could be significant in some way. Look it up in your chart. Maybe you need to look at your 11th house in your Libra, or maybe your Libra in your Saturn placement as well. Okay, pull some charms. Oh, I like how we have a star over the star. We have 2 stars. That's cute. Okay, we have a teddy bear. Maybe you like working with kids or children. We got a P over here. And then let's pull some words. Okay. There could also be a kid, maybe with the M name. Maybe you're putting a lot of effort into taking care of your children, but maybe you want to follow your dreams more, and maybe you should start putting more effort into following your dreams. We got a blueprint. Know that there's no blueprint way of going after things. You could do research and look things up to see how you can go after those things, but know that there's not a specific way about going things. We have an N initial. Maybe someone with an N is significant in this financial section. We got deals. Maybe you're trying to save your money and make better deals, or maybe you're making a deal with somebody in order to chase after this area that you want after you stop and reflect or collect your thoughts on whatever you're putting all your effort into. We got an E over the star. E could be significant. We got bodybuilder. Maybe you stopped taking care of yourself because you've been so busy. Maybe you stopped working out. Maybe you need to go back into that routine. We got delightful. Maybe you've been feeling, maybe you haven't been feeling so great, but stopping will bring you, you'll start feeling more delightful. We also have clock. Maybe time has been flying by because you've been so focused on something else. We got C. You could be someone who's religious, who teaches spiritual things, or you could be someone who just, maybe you're at the church, you teach certain things like that. Maybe you will stop during the time of a snowing, or change directions around a time when it's snowing. It also could just represent that maybe you started doing this around a time when it was snowing. We also have P here. P could be significant. All right, we're gonna now move on to your physical health. So with the physical self, I think you may have dealt with self-limiting beliefs or trapping yourself in a box physically. Maybe when it came to other people's judgments, other people's criticisms about how you look, your appearance, or your physical body, how you want to look or how you envisioned yourself to look. I think you definitely had a box around you. Maybe you didn't allow yourself to look a certain way because you were so afraid, or you're just like, I don't want other people to judge me for it, so I'm going to stay in this box of restriction. And I think having a box around you can be a good and a bad thing. I think it's good to have structure, order, and coherence and logic. You don't want to, you want to find a balance, of course, a balance with everything. I'm a Libra moon. There's always balance. You want to find a balance. But don't limit yourself from the possible goals you can achieve and possible goals that you want to achieve. Don't let other people's criticisms stop you from having that, especially if it's some stupid criticism of what you look like. Who cares? Like, if they judge you, like, you this is you expressing yourself. Be who you want to be. Sometimes step out of the box, you know. So I think you definitely could be willing to sever ties of the past and start something new, because we have the Death and the Eight of Swords. I think your mind and your body are both on the same page. I think mentally you're like, okay, I have to shed the old and begin with the new. And it's like physically, it's the same way. We have to shed the old and start with the new. It's like they are on the same page. And they even say that in the book. It's like they are in tune with each other. They're both, your physical body is willing to sever the ties with the past and start something new. And I think you know this. And it could be maybe you're going to the gym, or you're trying to transform your body as well as your mind. Like, you're changing both. But maybe you're moving too fast. And also, maybe it's starting to become something that has developed into something that is unhealthy. So maybe you see yourself in a way, if you don't work out today, you see yourself as some ugly monster or something because you didn't work out today. And know that you're not going to be able to work out every single day of your life. Give yourself goals that are achievable and goals you see in the future. But if you don't make those goals all the time, don't beat yourself up. Appreciate the little accomplishments. Everybody, don't compare yourself to other people. Only compare yourself to yourself, your past self. If you've done better than your past self, then you should appreciate it and celebrate it. I think also maybe you work a little bit too hard at the gym, or too hard in this strict routine, or some way you're trying to transform yourself, to the point where it could be mentally or physically depleting. So you could be injuring yourself if you're working too hard at the gym. You could also possibly, if you're like trying to starve yourself to lose weight, that may not be the right way of doing it. Maybe find a more healthier route, a more sustainable route than starving yourself. I think you are on the way, you're on the path of change. You just need to find the right way of doing it. And one way would be to maybe find more sustainable and more achievable goals, and know that it's okay to screw up once in a while. You are human. Maybe start journaling about this as well, talking to yourself about this and recording your goals. Maybe start taking pictures of your transformation that make yourself see the change. I think yellow it also might be depleting towards your self-esteem or self-image. I think maybe you feel very anxious, or you start freaking out, or sick maybe that you don't work out, or maybe you start feeling sick because you don't work out, or you could be currently becoming sick. Like right now, you could be feeling a little sick. But I think maybe this affects your self-esteem when you don't follow this routine. And I think it's good to always follow a routine because it will help you improve your self-esteem. But maybe psychologically find a way that it isn't so impactful. I keep seeing 2-2. So 2-2 could be significant. That's partnership, duality, compassion. Maybe you need to give yourself more compassion and know that you are only human. You're not a robot. It's okay to be human. You know, you're not going to be able to achieve this crazy transformation within 2 days. It takes time. Give yourself the time. Be patient with yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much all I could say. That's the most that I have. Let's pull some charms. Let's roll the dice based on this section of your reading. So we have the house 1. I think this is Pluto. That is Pluto. So you could have Capricorn in Pluto in your first house as well. That might be significant. Maybe you're a Capricorn, because Capricorns tend to be perfectionists and always want to be a perfectionist. It's not possible. You'll never be a perfectionist. Maybe start to mentally tell yourself to really fully understand that, to the point where you don't expect perfection from yourself. Okay. Now let's pull some charms. Little charmy charms. Okay, we got 2 F's around caution. Maybe someone physically about your body you need to move a little bit more slowly with. Maybe showing off your body to somebody. Or showing off your body in general. Okay. We have on the 8 of Swords, we have bombshell. I think maybe you have a nice body. In entitlement, maybe you feel like entitled to have a nice body, or maybe I just thought of someone saying hey, and because you have a nice body, you feel like you're entitled, and like maybe you're like a little rude to them. So maybe that's something to be aware of, to try to be maybe a little nicer and know that something about that. We got RL. We also have FF. Could be somebody's name or somebody. We got fry. Maybe you fried your skin from the sun recently. Maybe you need to be more gentle to your skin. Start nourishing your skin more. Taking care of your skin. You could also possibly be having a gut feeling, or your stomach chakra your solar plexus chakra could be correlated to this physically feeling. Maybe your gut physically makes you feel ill when you don't get something or don't do something. We also got a growth here. I think you're on the way of growth. Know that growth takes time. Growth is a learning process. Everybody's always growing. Growing doesn't ever stop. Growing is always happening. So don't ever feel like you'll never achieve full growth, because it's not possible. You'll always be growing better. And if you ever stop, that's when it's bad, because you should always be growing. Okay, we also have a snowflake here, maybe something with the snow. It's significant. Maybe you'll feel worse about your body during the snow time or during the winter, because you might not have the opportunity to work out during that time, because maybe you'll feel restricted because of the weather. All right, that is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you found some messages that resonated with you. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. If you like this video, please leave a like or a comment of a little gem, a little diamond. I would love to see it. If you have any criticisms or any advice that you would like to give me on how I can improve my readings, I would love to hear it. And thank you so much. I'll see you in one of my next readings. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 4s. If you chose the Mystic Melodies deck with your card Wheel of Fortune, obviously, this will be your reading on what you need to hear right now. So, I wanted to shuffle your cards on camera for you. Basically, all the groups I've been doing, I've been asking what you need to know in different segments of your life. So the first one we talked about was your mental health, anything about how you talk to yourself, how you deal with yourself, anything you need to know or hear right now about that. Then the next one is your love life, anything you need to hear about that, or how you treat your friends, how you treat your family, what your love life is, how is feeling or doing. Then the next one is career, finances, quick, something that you need to know right now about your finances or your job or your path. And then lastly, we'll have your physical health, anything you need to know about physically, how you're doing, or physically how you're feeling or how you're acting, or something that you need to know right now about that. So let's shuffle this deck on camera. Alright, so first one is pull a tarot card, 1 or 2 tarot cards that, something that pile 4 needs to hear right now about their mental health. 2, okay, we got the Lovers, reverse. Alright, next one is your love life, 6 of Pentacles. Next one is your financial path or direction, something that you need to hear right now about your finances. 2, oh Jesus, 7 of Pentacles. I kept getting 7 of Pentacles actually. Okay, and then in the other readings as well, physical health. By the way, I used a different deck. It's not even, I haven't been using this deck, so I think maybe someone is watching throughout the entire video. The last one is your physical health, so anything that they need to know right now about their physical health. 2, 3. Happy squirrel in reverse. Okay, there's no really reverse meaning for that, I don't think. Besides the sad squirrel, but that card didn't come out. Okay, we'll figure it out. Alright, now let's pull some tarot cards, or oracle cards for you. So first we're going to pull these. So basically these are just colored cards that have different words on them that we'll be using. Oh. Please pull a card that represents our viewer pile 4's mental health. Something they need to know about that. 2, 3. Okay, this kept coming out, so I think that's significant. Love life. Oh, Jesus. We had growth. Next is finances. You could be an earth sign. We got energy. And then lastly, we have the happy squirrel, which is supposed to talk about physical health. Illumination. Okay. Now we're going to discuss or pull this other deck. Tarot deck. Alright, so let's shuffle these. Right. So pull one of these for your mental health. Anything you need to know about your mental health. 2, 3. The dead end. Okay. Then the 6 of Pentacles. So the love, your love life. Anything to know about your love life right now. 2, 3. The heart. Okay, next one is your finances. Anything to hear right now about your finances or need to be heard. We got the gem. Okay, and then we have anything we need to hear about their physical being, or they need to hear about their physical health. 2, 3. The vessel in reverse. Okay. I was waiting for that card to come out for physical being. It's pretty funny. Okay, alright, so let me rearrange and then we'll hop right into this one. Okay, so for the dead end, the caution card, and the lovers, that represents something you need to hear about your mental health. I definitely think you could be going through a period of an ending, some sort of ending, or dead end, or basically the card talks about a wall, right? Imagine this being a wall and you're trying to push through it with your hand, but it's like it just resists you and you can't get past it. You can't get past this wall, and it's basically like your destiny, the people who are guiding you won't allow it. Like they put that wall up and you're not allowed to cross. Like you now have to, it's gone, it's ending, this is done. It's a closed door, it's the final chapter. It's you have reached the last page of this chapter. And that could be more specifically with somebody in your life, more specifically in a love relationship, specifically with a boyfriend, or some relationship where you feel that the relationship isn't, someone could possibly be giving more than the other is giving. And no matter how hard you try to resist and push through this wall, trying to, whatever it is that you're hoping for or wanting, or you're hoping that could change, is not going to happen. And it's not going to be achievable. And you could also possibly be having a difficult time trying to communicate with this person, or it doesn't have to be a lover or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partnership. It could also be like a friend. It could be mentally draining for you right now, or a someone in your family. Also, it mentioned, so someone that you care about, or somebody that's close to you. You could also be having a lot of anxiety, mentally being very anxious about this, and having to have this end. Maybe you're really worried about and thinking about it, being like, really sad about the end, or just very anxious about it having to end, or maybe you are anxious about having to end it. And know that, what's meant to be will be, what's not meant to be will go. There's a reason to why this, whatever this is ending. Also, it doesn't have to be about someone. It could also just be about, I asked how you deal with yourself. Maybe you're not really on the page of communication with yourself. Maybe you aren't really communicating with yourself. Maybe you have a wall up with yourself. You're not really talking to your that partner that's within you, that shadow self. Not really discussing how you're feeling to yourself, not really writing it down, not really talking about anything. You're kind of just ignoring yourself and acting like it's not there. Maybe you need to do some better communication, better understanding, and really starting to understand how your gut, whatever it is that subconscious mind that's there within you, what they're trying to tell you, and listen to them as well. They're a second voice within you. You could be a Gemini also. Geminis, I feel like, show a lot more that there's two people within them. Like, I know people talk about, oh, they're bipolar, or oh, they have, like, it's like they're two-faced or whatever. It's more like you have one light self and then the other is your shadow self. And sometimes your shadow self will be driving and taking the wheel, and sometimes your light self will take the wheel, you know? So that could be something maybe you need to communicate better with yourself. The dead end, it's kind of like, it's kind of weird for the explanation that this is you talking or needing to reflect on with yourself. It says, reflect on the dead ends in your past that led you to the unimaginable wonders. The moment you accept the endings, a feeling of grace will arise. Doors begin to open both inside you and the world. When you close a door, a new one will open. You have to close that door first. So basically, also maybe something that you need to hear right now is maybe also reflect on possibly the closed doors that you've had in your past. Maybe some of the doors you've closed on people, and maybe reflect on that and how you were acting, how they were acting. Just do some more reflection on that, because maybe this is still deep within you, deep recessed, and it hasn't really been let go yet. It's still deep inside, and it could be causing you subconsciously pain, or sadness, or even sickness. This could be causing you anxiety as well, just with everything, with anything in relation to people, like how you act with people. Whatever those doors you closed, maybe it causes you deep anxiety with other people. So, for example, like if you close the door on an ex-friend for being toxic, maybe this causes you, and because you haven't fully let go of that, or really thought about it, it gives you anxiety about new possible friendships, the new doors that are open, the new opportunities, because there's some unresolved anxiety or gut feelings. Or you could also possibly be having a gut feeling, and maybe it's saying to trust your gut. Okay, let's move on. Well, actually, let's say when this is in light, when you're in your light self, you could accept, you could have acceptance, you could have humility, relief, reverence for change. So you could be accepting, that it's a dead end and now things must change, and you would adjust and to those changes. You could also, when you're in shadow self, or when you're in dark, or your mental health is in dark, you could be stuck. There could be tension. That could be your subconscious, unconscious mind gripping. So like anything that is unresolved healing. Yeah. So, all right, let's roll the dice now. Anything to represent your mental health. We got Pluto, 6th house, and Scorpio. You could have a Scorpio in Pluto, and it could be in your 6th house. Also, another thing, since Scorpio has came out, and Pluto, I'm pretty sure, is the planet that represents Scorpio. So you could definitely be someone that closes doors. That's for sure. Closes doors on people. And, but no, don't do it impulsively. Try to really think things out fully and see if you could rebuild this connection, and communicate possibly better. And if that's not the case, then, dead end, closing that door is the way to go. Okay, let's pull some charms. Okay. Okay, so we have a T and an N. So I just thought of Nat. You could have a friend named Natalie, or you could have or is this a Z actually? It could be a Z also. I just thought of Tan. So this could be something significant. It was actually over here, wasn't it? We also have N. We could have N hearts T or Z hearts T. We have like a lamp, a light, that was upside down. So maybe it's like your shadow self. The light is off. The shadow self is maybe on autopilot right now. It says goodbye, saying goodbye to this person. It could definitely be a heart. So like maybe a love interest that you need to say goodbye to. We got bed, going to sleep. Maybe you need to go to bed. Nap time. Turn the light off. Formal. Maybe there was a formal. You went to a formal with someone. We also have F near that. So this person could have an F initial or a D initial. And it's saying to caution. The caution was more of like slow down. Think a little bit more about it. Don't be impulsive. Don't act impulsively. Think and then act. So we also have automobile, driving. Maybe you need to be careful driving your automobile. Maybe there was someone, maybe you went to a formal or some sort of prom or date with this person. We have a snowflake and a spider web over the dead end. And we have breastfeed. Oh God. So this could be a dead end with whatever's old, out with the old, in with the new. So like the spider webs, the cobwebs, whatever's not serving you, that's, that needs to be released or thrown away. The snowflake could be representing a time. So like maybe during this time was when that happened, or maybe during the time of snow, this will be ending. We also have breastfeed, so this makes me think of a baby or someone who likes those things in some way. It also makes me think of just the baby, like a dead end. Possibly you wanted to have a child with somebody, but it's just not going to. Maybe God or your spirit angels or whoever is guiding you didn't want you to have a child with this person. Okay, now on to your love life. Your love. So there definitely could be some sort of unbalance with your heart. We have for those of you that it's a love relationship that you have to say goodbye to, know that once you close that door, there will be growth, there will be change, there you will learn to respect yourself more, you'll learn more about what it is that you want in a relationship, and you may also want to look into your family and friends, especially if they're offering to set you up with someone that they may seem to fit with you. You may want to give it a chance and take that opportunity and maybe go on a date with that person, and allow them to find people. It says like to confide or to look with your friends and family in order to help you find someone that may fit you best or fit you better. But also know that, you know, don't force yourself into a relationship just to make that person happy that it worked out. For those of you who are in a relationship already and this was more of just like you towards yourself, you could be in a relationship that is not balanced, one that's maybe someone is supporting a lot more financial abundance rather than the other, and maybe the other person is kind of balancing or with some sort of agreement that this other person is to do something else in order to create stability. And it's like you guys, you know, it's not that you guys both have to do the same thing equally. It's more of like they do something more than this person provides more financially. So like maybe this person, if you're in like a marriage or a, you know, relationship in this way, it's like this person maybe cleans the house, or they cook for the family, or they take care of the kids, and this person provides financially. So that could be something as well that may be showing that maybe there needs to be more balance with that, or you're okay with that. Know that this was what was established and agreed upon in order to bring stability. Also, another thing, it doesn't have to be like abundance, like money that this person provides. It could also just be that maybe this person, their love language is to buy you things. Maybe that is the way that they show their love, and maybe they're constantly doing that. And this person maybe feels like less than because they can't provide that for the other person. And maybe that's something that could be communicated upon and shown or agreed upon on what each person provides in the relationship, so it's balanced in your own way. So also with the growth, let me read the growth card. It says this card speaks to transformational qualities of the nature and its ability to softly grow and change throughout time. We are constantly growing and shifting through our lives. True growth means that you're moving towards your ultimate truth and your highest version of yourself. Sometimes growth can be painful. You need to prune to make new ways of blossoming. Remember that this is just a part of the process and you're making your way towards your own sacred truth. So yeah, growth is painful, growth is hard, growth is uncomfortable, but know that it has to happen and has to occur in order for you to be in a better place, in your truest self, your truest form, your highest self, a better version of yourself. So that could be for the person that has to say goodbye to this person. It also could just be saying that you're on the path of having more true, authentic, compassionate relationships with others, the way you love others. Maybe you're growing a lot more, you're growing in those relationships, and you're constantly growing. Know that growth is a slow and steady process, especially since we have the color green, and usually earth represents a slow and steady. So you could be moving very slow and steady, working on this progress. Know that sometimes you go a couple spaces back, sometimes you'll go a couple spaces forwards. Don't beat yourself up if sometimes you fall off the wagon a bit, as long as you get back up and back on track. Another thing too with heart, we have the heart chakra here. Maybe you need to find ways to strengthen that heart chakra or bring more compassion into your love life, whether it be with this person, with your family, with your friends, appreciating them more or showing appreciation in ways of showing your love. Also, allowing them to maybe intervene in your love life by setting you up with somebody they know, their friends, or someone, just giving it a shot. With the heart card, so this is the home, the center, the throne. The heart is basically in this book notified or deemed as a location. So this card basically, it talks about sometimes you could forget to be compassionate with others, especially when you're in a very difficult spot or time in your life where you lose compassion for others, or just like sometimes it becomes hard to care so much to the point where it's kind of like you just become numb to love, or you become numb to compassion, or you kind of just stop caring because you cared so much that you just like gave up. Especially when you're going through a difficult heartbreak or some sort of difficult time where there's an ending. This could definitely be asking you, or just saying like, don't give up on love. Don't, things will work out, and maybe try to find a more, you may have sometimes it talks about you could be in like the center of your heart, showing a lot of compassion, showing a lot of love, inside the realm of expansion and compassion. But sometimes you could also drift away from this and, be closed off or shut down, or it not really being the main focus, and you're kind of just like heartless. And it could be caused from other things like sadness. You're in a difficult point in your life. Sometimes there's no room to be compassionate for others because, it's just part of life sometimes. And this is just saying like, once you feel comfortable to come back and you feel okay, and that you can be vulnerable and let go and find more compassion and love for the world and yourself around you, your throne will be waiting for your return. This could just be saying like, also you may be feeling heartless, or you may have lost your heart, and like now it's more of like you are here to take control and boss up, and not let people control your heart, or not let your heart get in the way of your decisions or anything, but know that there's a balance with everything. You may be feeling, it could be in the relationship. If you're in a relationship, maybe you need to bring more compassion to that relationship. And if you're not in a relationship and you just recently broke up with someone and that was the dead end, and you have lost the feelings in your heart because of how numb you are because of that breakup, know that it will come back again, and not to give up hope, and know that it's very difficult and it's okay to be heartless for a bit, to protect yourself and hold your heart and protect your heart. But, it will be waiting for your return. To find more compassion and maybe vulnerability to the people that you can share that with, to the people who will respect you and not take advantage of your vulnerability. Okay, so I'm going to roll the dice now, and then we'll move on to your finances. We have 7th house. We have Leo. You could have a Leo in your 7th house, and this is like the Keptu sign. That was basically like a mythology god, or like it's a mythology, like I'm pretty sure it's a mythology god that's based on the stars. You may want to do some research about that. It's Ketu, Ketu. You may want to check that out, read out about it. Maybe you'll find some messages there, as well as maybe check out your Leo sign in the 7th house if you have that. It might be significant in some sort of way for this section of your reading. Okay, let's look at your charms. So we have, we have a R. I just thought of rest. Maybe you need to take sleep. We have rest. We got 0 here. This reminds me of the Fool card. The Fool card is number 0. We have also an airplane and a snake. There may have been a snake that has penetrated your heart and has used it. And maybe that's another reason why it's very difficult for you to allow compassion back into your life. So we have hurt. Your heart could be definitely hurting right now. We have encapsulate your growth. Maybe your growth has been, learning who to share that vulnerability with, learning who to allow and break in order to share that vulnerability with. Maybe you've learned to encapsulate your heart now and protect it more often around certain people rather than being nice and kind and vulnerable with everyone, because that will lead to a lot of heartbreak. We also have Greek. You could be Greek. You could be shared with somebody who's Greek. Maybe like your parents will share or show you someone who is Greek and ask you to go on a date with them, or your friend will show you someone who's Greek that they want you to go on a date with, or your friend could be Greek, someone could be Greek. We also have 0. I don't know if they show that what the number means in the book. They don't. I know the Fool card represents 0, and the Fool card is beginnings, innocence, spontaneous, and free spirit. So maybe you were very innocent before, or maybe there's new beginnings coming in now and you're going to be more spontaneous and more of a free spirit. Maybe you will end up you'll have like freedom. You'll be free to do what you want now after this. All right, let's move on to your finances. So with your finances, I definitely think when it comes to that, I think you're someone who's quite unique, special. It's basically like the gem, the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure. So definitely like a unique jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. You could be very a creative, someone who comes up with new ideas constantly, very creative. You could be also going after a creative path or goal, wanting to do something different that no one has thought of, or just something that's not your typical career path. And you could be putting a lot of energy into it, but you may be not getting much fruit to bear. You could be frustrated, angry, upset, or just like angry the fact that you could be frustrated because nothing is being rewarded, or it doesn't even have to be, it might not be that you're angry because this is upright. It could be that you just have a lot of passion towards this creative new idea and you're putting a lot of energy into it, but this is more of like maybe save this for a rainy day and find more balance with the energy you put into it. You could be grasping for finances, you could be being greedy, or you could be envious of other people's success. And maybe find more balance within your life, follow more of a routine. If you want this to be in a part of your life, maybe keep it on a schedule and don't allow yourself to explore more into it when you're not on the schedule, when it's not during that time. I think that would be a great way to balance that. It also says the moments of your life that glimmer are clues to where the gem resides. Don't covet the sparkling diamond of another. The gem is like a fingerprint, never to be repeated again. Find yours. So also try not to find, I don't really see jealousy, but the fact that this is like halfway up, halfway down, there could be envious, you could be like jealous of somebody that they were able to succeed in this path that you want to obtain. And know that it's not going to happen in one day. Slow and steady always wins the race. Maybe you need to take more time for yourself and do other things, and find how to fit this into your schedule, and maintain a healthy well-being as well, mentally and physically. And maybe you're grasping for money as well. Maybe you're really trying to succeed in this goal and chase after that bag and make money quickly off of this, but you may not, it's not going to be as simple as that. Maybe take it more slow and not try to rush into it to the point where you burn out very easily. Okay, a song that you might want to listen to also could be Legends of the Crystal Skull, Leonard Cohen's Diamond in the Mind. You might want to listen to that. Okay, let's look at the charm. We have Pluto, 9th house, Scorpio. So you may have Pluto and Scorpio, and you also, it may be in your 9th house. Maybe you need to do some more research about that and discuss and maybe reflect on this part of your life, or this part of your, destiny that may help you. Okay, charms. We got a fish. That kind of makes me think of, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of different opportunities that you may be able to take. Don't put all your, what is the expression? All your ducks in, don't put all your seeds in one section. Like, there will be plenty of different opportunities. We got blackmail. We got DM. Maybe someone's going to threaten you in your DMs, or maybe someone has already blackmailed you. That could be financially. Maybe they're trying to something financially. Don't let them blackmail you. We have catty. Maybe you're feeling very catty lately. Fawn. This makes me think of a fawn. I think a fawn is like a deer. Or it might be a bird. Yeah, it's a young deer. A little baby deer. So maybe this is significant in some way. This could be like your spirit animal or something. That maybe is like to represent how you are financially, or in your financial, we have like SE. There could be something, could be significant, the letter E or the S or N. This makes me think of 7. It looks like S and N, 7. Elevator. Maybe you'll get stuck in an elevator. Could also be that maybe you work on elevators, or working hard on an elevator. Maybe you need to come back to it another day and work on something else. We have edibles. Maybe you need to relax, and by doing that could be eating an edible. We have a sun and a key here, and blackmail. I don't really like that. I don't think anyone likes that. Blackmail energy. Maybe someone's threatening you to complete this task. or threatening you to like complete something. There's a lot of like anger with this, to complete it. And don't let them push you around, because if you let them push you around once, they'll push you around for the rest of your life. Okay, now let's move on to your health and well-being. Alright, so with the vessel in reverse, we got Lumination in reverse, and Happy Squirrel in reverse as well. I think you definitely need to start paying more attention to your health and your mental health. To your health and your physical health, as well as your mental health. I think everything's just like needing attention. With your body, like the vessel card basically talks about like the cup, the thing that holds the thing within it. So it could be representing a cup holding a liquid, the body holding the organs, the house holding the family. It could be a lot of different things. It talks about it being the most powerful card, archetype card, because it's everywhere. There's always things holding other things. And the fact that it's in reverse is making me think that there needs to be more effort and more... and the fact that there's an actual physical body in the image as well, there needs to be more attention brought to your vessel, to the thing that is holding you within it, your body. We also have a lot of yellow, and yellow talks about your gut feeling. You know how when your emotions... T just moved around. You know how your feelings, your mental health can physically, like, can be physically brought out in your body. Like you could feel anxious, and it could physically make you sick. Like you could physically feel it in your gut, in your heart, in your body. So I think one of the ways to first help your body is to first become a happy squirrel. This talks about mentally needing to find happiness. Someone who's a happy chap. And it could also be because this could be getting in the way as well. Your finances, whatever you're chasing after, could be getting in the way of your mental health and your physical health. It talks about someone who's happy, that's always looking for new ideas, finding new things after discovering them, after digging them up, and having new ideas, new things to bring into fruition or fruitation, and develop those fruits or whatever, and get abundance. But like, because that's not happening with this, and there's not being much satisfaction or much things being brought out in the action and the energy you put in, it's like this person is putting so much energy into this rather than this, and they're letting this fall away and decay. They need to bring more energy into putting more time into their body, putting more time into their mental health. So the vessel also, I think you first need to work on your mental health, and then you could start working on your physical health. I think also you may be in a dark place right now. Like this talks, illumination upright talks about turning on the light and being in this like warm, sunny, like light, bringing you warmth, happiness, But it says it's in reverse, so this makes me think of being in like, you haven't turned on that light yet. You're in a dark, quiet, cold place, and something needs to be changed in order to turn that light on. Also, the vessel, you could be feeling trapped, you could be feeling in a bubble. Maybe you need to communicate more mentally about how you're doing, which can help you physically. There could also be something that's bringing you anxiety. A lot of anxiety could be this, and it's affecting you physically. It's affecting your body physically. You could be feeling ill, sick. You could also be feeling just, your gut could be also trying to alarm you. It's talking about trusting your gut, listening to your gut, listening to what it's trying to tell you. Your subconscious is trying to speak to you, and you can't keep ignoring it. You have to talk to it. You have to listen to it. You have to, write to yourself, speak out loud to yourself, talk in a mirror to yourself in order to let those things out. Even if it's just talking to a friend or a psychologist or your family member, talking about it with somebody. They may also give you pieces of advice that you may have not realized yet. With the vessel too, the vessel says it's time to assess what is being held together, and how. Is this vessel too tight? Is it too loose? Is it broken? Is it empty? Is it full? Or perhaps is there no vessel at all and it's spilling everywhere? There needs to be some sort of structure to be formed eventually, because eventually things will fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. It's time to you to rebuild, to break, or to repair. You must find out. So, things have cycles. It's not that your body has always been neglected your entire life. Sometimes you could fall off the bandwagon a bit, but there needs to be some sort of change to get back on to that wagon. Also, you could be feeling stuck or trapped or in a bubble. You may be isolating yourself. Maybe you need to branch out a little bit and not isolate yourself so much, because that could be mentally detrimental or harming you. It's okay to be isolated for 1 or 2 days or whatever, or a couple, whenever, to get back on your feet. But don't isolate yourself forever. Don't neglect the people who are trying to help you. Don't ignore them. Appreciate the fact that there are still people left in your life here to comfort you and support you. Also you may need to figure out what it is that you need to do in order to strengthen your body, your physical health. And how you can repair it, or how you can, start over, or how you can maintain it or sustain it. Okay, let's now pull some dice. So we have the 12th house, Scorpio. There's a lot of Scorpio energy in this one. We also have, I think this is, what is this? Oh, just everything blown away. We have, that is Mercury. So you could have a Scorpio in Mercury in your 12th house. That may be significant. You may want to look at that, or look into that. That might be helpful. Okay, now let's pull your charms and some words. Oh, an X fell. I think that's a sign. Someone is definitely probably leaving their ex. Another. We got a D that fell on the ground. So I think this ex needs to fall out of your life, literally, and physically. They could be harming your physical health as well. They could be dimming your light, or holding you back. And that's why this wall is being put up by your guides. This may have like ended, or this may have happened without you even expecting, or just, it was meant to happen. This person literally physically, whoever's watching over you, literally physically made this happen in order to guide you in a different direction. It's like everything's just adding up in order for you. It's showing you that you need to redirect away from this person. For those of you who is needing to break up with this person. We have, I didn't pull out the letters or messages. Okay. We got a beginning. Maybe there needs to be a new beginning. We have like a little light post. It was upside down. I think the light is off. Your light, you might have lost your light because of this person. We have a windmill. Maybe there's a lot of butterflies. There's going to be some sort of transformation into being this happy squirrel, allowing new ideas into your life. Maybe this person also shuts down your ideas a lot. We got a cat. Maybe cats are important to you or your spirit animals, and maybe they are like messages to show you to keep pushing forward. We have each cat, each new idea could bring more light into your life. We have adaptable. Maybe you need to adapt into this new way of being or adapt into your life. We have 3 butterflies. XD, so you could have an X that's his or her first initial is a D. This looks like the Turkish symbol to me. So someone could be Turkish, or I could be wrong. This is just a moon and a star. This could just be something significant. The moon, maybe you need to look at the moon card. We also have fatal. Maybe you're really not taking care of your health at all, and to the point where it's like you are putting your health, you're feeling really sick. You need to really change your way and start changing, because I don't know if you can't survive like this any longer. We have a Hello Kitty. Maybe Hello Kitties are important. We also have a little bat. Maybe the bat reminds me of like out with the old, in with the new. So maybe this person who the bat is representative, the old, could be Turkish. Appreciation, maybe you need to appreciate your body more, start showing that you have appreciation for it. We have eye illuminate, maybe you need to show that you have light still there. We also have a fish. There's plenty of fish in the sea, and fish could be, there's plenty of new ideas as well to go around. Could also be that someone is a Pisces. All right, thank you so much, Pile 4, for staying to the very end. I hope you found some messages that resonated with you. If you like this reading, please leave a little snake emoji or a little squirrel emoji. I would love to see it. Or if you have any suggestions, critiques, anything you would want me to hear or share, let me know down in the comments. And also please consider subscribing. All right, thank you so much. Bye.